Hey, yo, what got... Yo, give me fucking words out, man. Give me fucking words out. Tripping over my tongue. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream, guys. We all good? Good to see ya. Hopefully you can hear me all good. Welcome, 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 welcome. What's going on, Daniel? Welcome to the stream. Yo, Cheese, what's going on, Jamie? Welcome to the stream, guys. Hopefully you've been having a great day so far. It's good to see ya. We're back at it. We're back at it. Guys, if you are watching on YouTube, be sure to drop a like on the stream. It's much appreciated. I have uploaded a video today as well, guys. Not so controversial today. Apparently, my previous video, people were not happy with. People got really pressed about that video, man. It's kind of funny. But how are we doing? How are we doing? It's good to see ya. Yeah, guys, I did upload a video today. If you want to check it out, go show it some love. Let me know what you think. Also, new Genshin drop. Oh yes, I was going to talk about it, actually. I've actually got that tweet right up in front of my face now. You're talking about the Nerumero drama that's going on. Yeah, we're going to have a little look at that, actually, if that's the one you're talking about. Have a little scroll through r/gacha gaming as well. I do want to check out a new gacha game as well that's apparently coming out. That's it's another third-person shooter gacha game. I thought it was Snowbreak Containment Zone, actually, when I first looked at it. I was like, somebody was like, a Girls Frontline 2 like third-person shooter, and I was like, this looks like Snowbreak. Wait a minute, actually, it's not Snowbreak, so we're gonna have a little look at that. Good, mate. Yes, I'm not too bad, thank you, dude. Not too bad. Rose is still feeling rough. I think I'm getting a bit of a lurgy. Like, I didn't get to bed last night until like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock. I was doing a bunch of work, and I just ended up playing games as well for a while. So I slept in today, but I feel like I slept in later, and I feel like I've got up super early today, man. I'm telling you, I'm knackered. So that's why we're live a little bit late today, man. See, I'm that foot, guys. Can't even talk. I can't spike. But it's good to see ya. Good to see ya. What's going on, Zara? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, people weren't happy about the video. Continue the comments continue to roll in as well. Alright, let's get started, shall we? Let's switch over. Let's get this thing rolling. Hello. What's going on? Can I offer that, JP? I don't know. Well, it depends. It depends on like the sort of contracts that you're in. And I think some people got into some kind of crappy contracts in regards to getting paid by Genshin. I don't know the details of this one, if I'm honest, but I know that like with some contracts you have to create a certain amount of content. I believe with some games, I don't know about Genshin, sometimes companies will like have this like competition clause in there where they don't want you making content on like somebody who's considered direct competition. But, you know, it's not a great look. It's not a great look, if I'm honest. You know, I don't know why like Genshin even need to do things like that, really, if I'm honest, because like I think even if Genshin content creators start making Wuthering Waves content, I don't think that like it's really going to affect Genshin. You know, if anything, they'll probably just get less viewers. You'll probably find that a lot of Genshin content creators, when they do Wuthering Waves, probably get less viewers anyway. So it's like, I don't know. It's not a good look for the company though, is it? Definitely not a good look for the company. Yeah, man, how's everybody doing, guys? Yeah, live a little bit later today, like I say, I was kind of chilling. Kind of hung out today, made that video earlier, if you haven't checked it out. Bunch of new news, we'll probably go over it again today actually as well, because we got a little short video, we've got like echo information, we've got information regarding like the patch and stuff, content creator event, and as well there was something in one of the echoes that's making me think what we were talking about with the Sonata sets and them being afflictions or status effects actually being a thing. You know, I was talking about Carlotta with freezing and how it might actually be an echo Sonata set effect. I'm starting to think that might be a thing even more now, because there's something called spectral frazzle or something. It said that like the spectral damage is increased when spectral frazzle's initiated, and I was like, that's not in the game already, is it? Or am I tripping? There's nothing in the game called spectral frazzle at the moment, right? So it makes me think that, you know, you're getting some sort of buff when there's some other status effect added, and it makes me think that maybe there is a freezing element in the Sonata sets as well. That video was going to go up today, then obviously Wuthering Waves dropped all that information, so that'll probably go up tomorrow. But I can't even plan it really, because we're getting that close to the patch now, aren't we, 2.0? I feel like pretty much every day we're probably going to get some kind of release from WuWa, if I'm honest, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if we do, because we're getting that close now. It would make sense for them to drop even just a little, you know, just a little crumb every single day on the way to the update now. It would be a good move for them. Hope ZZZ don't do that to the CC. Yeah, well, we'll get into it actually. We'll get into it in a minute and see what the crack is. So I'm going to tweet up here. I don't know how exact it is, because obviously I'm going off what other people have said. We'll use the translate as well. But, you know, it's not always correct. 2.0, I know, right, man? So close. So freaking close. Can't wait. I cannot wait. Really looking forward to it. Actually really hyped. Hopefully it'll be good. I'm going to play some Infinity Nikki as well, guys. I've decided we're doing it. All right, we're doing it. Probably over this weekend, we're gonna get our Disney princess mode on. We're gonna get into our dresses and we're gonna isekai off to a world where, you know, it's all about the dress gacha, right? I kind of want to try it out though, man, because even people who are not into that sort of game, people are just like, the game's actually not bad, you know. So I'm kind of curious, man. I'm kind of curious to check it out. You lot got anything planned for New Year's? You know, New Year's for me really doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? Never has bothered me. It was only really like my late teens, early 20s where New Year's was like, right, you know, go out with friends and kind of get the session on. But even then, New Year's Eve, even when you went out with friends, it always ended up being not the best night, because it like all planned, and then, you know, just the Saturday night on a whim, you know, the Friday night on a whim, well, let's go out tonight. It'd always end up being better than New Year's Eve where you planned it all. Well, it's Barbie Gacha. Yeah, man. You know what though? It looks like there's a lot of cool stuff in the game. Is this true? Is it? I'm looking here. Somebody's posted. Surely leaked an anti-gameplay. I don't know if it's true though. Obviously, don't want to be dealing with leaks. Got to be careful. Some bullshit gameplay. I don't want to watch a video in case I get spoiled or something. Yeah, I've got a couple of videos to check out. We're going to look at Project Net, I think it's called, which is a new gacha game that's coming out. A third-person shooter. Kind of looks a little bit like Snowbreak Containment Zone, if I had to say. That's exactly what I thought it was when I first saw it. We'll have a little look at that. It's only a little teaser, technical test preview video. We'll check out a video from Kaza as well, an anti-release date video, Infinity Nikki version 1.1, official shooting star teaser trailer. We'll have to have a look, right? We'll have to have a look. We're gonna have to have a look. And yeah, that's all I've got at the moment today, really, in regards to videos to react to. Unless anybody's got any you know, any stuff to look at. I'm not really seeing much. But we'll have a look at this Neru Meru stuff as well, because this really, you know, doesn't look great, does it, for Hoyo? If I'm honest, it's not a good look at all. I was gonna Vox you, wait, why do I have sub? Oh, you was probably gifted the other day actually from Cheese. He went on a gifting spree, so yeah, you probably was one of the people who gained gifted sub. I should have said you accidentally must have been paying for it. Check your bank, check your bank. No, you got gifted. Alright, let me just check a few things before we go, yeah? Check a few things before we go. Music's a bit loud. Too loud. Might be actually. That bit better. That bit better. Someone commented in my last video, I thought this was a Kazahana video from the title. Don't worry, I won't milk ya. I won't milk you like that. I won't milk you like that, guys. I won't milk you like that. I'm coming for Twitch to reset my streak. Oh, did they? Dude, last time I saw your streak was at like 50 plus, yeah. That shit was banging. I can barely. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Must have had it up a little bit loud. Yeah, let him play whatever he wants, right? Why JP manage and act like that? I don't know, actually. I'll tell you what. Let's hop over. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a little look. Let's have a look at Book, right? So see what people are saying here, right? Let's have a look at what people are saying. Let's bring that right down. Okay then. Apparently, Neru Meru shared that Genshin management told him not to focus on WuWa too much, and when he said in his stream that he felt more comfortable in the WuWa community, someone commented, but you can't make a living without Genshin. Now, was this someone to do with Genshin? Or was it just a randomer? Because that's important. Let's have a look at this. What's this to say? The manager has asked him not to play Narishio, which if you don't know, is Wuthering Waves, so much. And when he's talking about how he feels more comfortable in the Narishio community right now, he has the nerve to comment, but you can't make a living without Genshin Impact, which is just too gross. The management is disgusting, but people like this are really disgusting too. Right, so I think he's... What is he showing off here? Okay, so I'm assuming this is from somebody related to Hoyo. I'm gonna guess. I can't say for certain because this really doesn't make sense. It's like it's in the comments, but was it somebody who was related to them or not? But yeah, that's not a great look. You know, if it's true, this is really sad. Not gonna lie, even got banned from the Genshin official Discord server. Fans are toxic, management is bad and predatory. What a shit show. Now I know why the Hoyo CC I follow doesn't make more than one WuWa vid every month or two. So this is a thing, really. You know, I think there are some. Now, like, don't get me wrong. You guys know me. I'm very positive of Wuthering Waves. It's my favorite gacha game at the moment. But you also know I'll be true to what I believe, and I will post critical things about Wuthering Waves when I feel like, you know, in my opinion, it's not a great thing. You know. Although I'm going to buy the skin, and I like the skin, I commented that I thought it was expensive. People really didn't like that, but I'm not backing down on that, because that's what I think. You know, I've made points before about the story having issues. People didn't like that as well. You know, issues with the endgame, issues with Terror of Adversity. A lot of people didn't like those. But there is definitely content creators out there that, you know, the kind of content they create regarding Wuthering Waves, if they do create it, does kind of pander to an echo chamber that comes from that, you know, Genshin v WuWa community, and they really don't want to see the content creators making content about Wuthering Waves, but the only way they get away with it is by making negative content. And the fact that Genshin are banning him from the official Discord server, that's really shady, just because he said he feels at home in the community, and wants to make more videos. Because, you know, there's a lot of Genshin CCs out there who, you know, are potentially getting paid, who do seem to stay away from other games quite a lot, don't they? At least on the YouTube. And then you'll see them on the Twitch or whatever. regularly playing other games and talking about other games in a positive light. So it's quite telling. Tectone's been talking about this recently, actually. And I think it's because some people have got deals specifically with Genshin in regards to their YouTube content. You know, that deal's not necessarily there when they're streaming and such. So they can do as they feel and say as they feel when they're on the Twitch. But when they're on the YouTube, they tend to host a different version of what they think about the games and such. So yeah, this is not a great look, is it really, at all, to see? Because this dude's a pretty big Genshin creator, I believe. Yeah. Is it Nerumero or Nerumeru? I think it's Nerumeru. Is it Nerumeru? Hold up. Nerumero. Right. Yeah, okay, yeah. I've seen this channel before. So yeah, they get views. They get views as well, you know. A week ago, 250,000 views. Anywhere from around, what, 20k to 100,000 plus views. So this is not a small channel. Yeah, it's not great at all, is it? Really a shame to see that WuWa out here, you know, doing this to content creators. It sucks, really. Not something you want to see. Not something you want to see. It was 56 of yesterday, back to 2 stream streak the fucks. Well, we could pretend it's 58, right? We know it's 58. You'll just have to say, signing in, 58 streaks, signing in, 59, fuck Twitch. So if you sign a contract with Kuro covering WuWa, meaning you can play other gacha games and cover it well. It just depends, because I know Tectone was talking about before that I don't know if it was like, it was for an in-game item basically, and a few of the big streamers and content creators signed deals saying that, you know, they'd cover the game. I think they had to do like so many hours of content over a certain period of time and they get this in-game item. And he was saying it fucked a lot of smaller creators because then they had to, obviously, if they wanted to do that, get access to that, they had to sign the same deal and nobody got paid for it. And I believe WuWa do pay quite well from what I've heard, but I think that their leverage against creators quite a bit from, well, that's what it seems like anyway. And I suppose it just depends, like whenever you sign any sort of a deal like that, there can be clauses, you know, some companies will just be like, you know what, just make a video for us, we don't care what you say, you know, just put the content out, and that's it. Then some companies will say, hey look, we don't mind if you're positive or negative, there's just a few points we'd like you to cover, and can you advertise this new update? That's it. Where other companies might be like, we want you to do so much content every so often, it has to be in a certain light, and also, you know, you can't be negative about the game. And then other companies will go that one step further sometimes and be like, you know, we don't necessarily want you playing our competitors either. And they'll have a clause in like that, like, you know, if you want to stay in getting paid by us and be in the inner circle, you're not allowed to really make content on, you know, let's just say, for example, at the moment, Wuthering Waves. Now, I'm not saying that was part of the contract, because we can only go off what's being said here, and obviously this is translated, so we you know, we're hearing it through the grapevine, really, aren't we? But yeah, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if there's these kind of contracts out there, you know what I mean? Like, I've been like offered deals over the years to, you know, and obviously a lot smaller than what like big content creators get, and some of them have literally just says, you know, just make content, we're not even bothered, really, you know what I mean? And others have offered me deals and they want specific things. It just depends who you're dealing with, really, you know? I think there's some companies out there that are that confident in the product that they're like, can you just make content on the game? Because they know that it'll be enough anyway, because people will see it, like it, and the content creator will probably like it. Now other companies tend to have a little, you know, more stipulations. It just depends. So if you sign a contract, if you get paid, usually you're just not allowed to say bad things about a game, but other things can be discussed in the contract, depends on how much you can trade in. Well, yeah, the size of a content creator definitely helps when it comes to these sort of, you know, discussions with corporations, you know what I mean? You can obviously ask for some more money, you're less likely to get pushed around a little bit. But yeah, some companies just don't give a fuck. They're just like, can you just make content for us? We want you to just like, you know, sometimes it depends on the contract as well. Some companies will be like, we'll pay you to make one video, you know, and then other times it'll be like, we're going to pay you, you know, the contract's over a 6-month period. We're going to pay you at these particular intervals or whatever it might be. And we want you to make so many hours of content every week or something like that, you know? It just all depends, really. Fucking hair's a mess, man. Look at my fucking hair. Lego head. Lego head at the mini. I don't know. Is it possible to take both WuWa and Kuro contract? I don't know. I've never been involved in any sort of offers from Kuro or WuWa, obviously, because I'm a small content creator. So, like, you know, there's certain ones that I've been approached of recently. I'll just say other gacha games, but I won't say because, you know, in the initial, it was like, you know, not to speak about it. But I haven't signed anything yet with anybody. But I'm waiting to see if some things might come forward from that, like, you know what I mean? Hey, what's going on, Blue Moon? Also, nice hair. Yeah, it's a mess though at the minute. It is a mess. Have I played BL6 yet? I haven't. No, I haven't. I'm not gonna lie, man. Call of Duty just doesn't hit the same for me anymore. Nowadays, like, if I want to play, like, a shootout, I'm more into, like, you know, I'd rather play something like Valorant or, like, Marvel Rivals or something like that, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna lie, like, when I've seen people playing Black Ops, like, it doesn't look bad, actually. It doesn't look bad. But, yeah, it just doesn't hit the same for me anymore, Call of Duty. Played it for, what, since... Well, damn, man, I've been playing since, like, Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1. You know what I mean? Long time. Long time. Is it good, though? Blue Moon. How's it been? You been enjoying it? So, yeah, not a great look at all, is it? So, hopefully, whatever's going on with Nerumeru here, you can get it sorted, and hopefully, if he decides to pull away from being obliged by these sort of contracts or decides to move on, hopefully his content, or their content, I think it's a dude, their content, shall we say, you know, flourishes. Obviously, creating content that people want to see because they get views, you know what I mean? They get hella views, so they're obviously publishing something that people want to see anyway, so it's good. Am I going to be playing GTA 6? Yes. It might be the game that makes me buy a PlayStation 5. I don't know. Like, I really don't want to buy a PlayStation 5 because, like, I just PC game now. But it's like, I know I'm probably going to be waiting, like, a year, maybe, for GTA 6 on PC, as far as I'm aware. So, you know, I might be kind of have my arm twisted into getting one, which I don't really want to. I've been playing PlayStation 2 the last few days. Rosie bought me a PS2 for Christmas, and I was absolutely stoked about it. I'd mentioned before that I wanted to get a PS2 because I wanted to play, like, some PlayStation 1 and 2 games again, like, physically. And my mum got me Wild Arms free as well. So, I need to find out all my PlayStation 1 games now. I think I've packed them up under the bed or in the bedroom. Maybe start building up my collection of PlayStation 2 games again. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's nostalgic, man. Just putting the pad in my hand, I was like, damn, this feels wild. PS2 was your first console. PS2 was goated. FIFA on PS2. See, like, I don't even know which games I'm looking to get. Cause I'm pretty sure Fur Fighters was on PS2, wasn't it? Yeah, Fur Fighters was on PS2. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Fur Fighters. This game was sick. I loved this game, man, as a kid. Absolutely loved it. Such a cool game. So I think I'm going to try and get myself a copy of this again to play, because I absolutely loved this as a kid. Some good times, man. So yeah, probably try and find a copy of this as well. And I'm going to do some scouring for, like, you know, some classic PS2 RPGs. That's the plan anyway. And then maybe ones I can't get, I might emulate. All right, then, let's have a look in everybody's favorite place, shall we? r/Gacha Gaming, r/Hoyo Gaming, shall we? Love and Deep Space anniversary. How is Love and Deep Space at 3.0? Like, how long's Love and Deep Space been out, guys? We'll watch this on YouTube because obviously the quality on Reddit sometimes is dog shit. Call of Duty Big Red One on the PS2. I think it was, yeah. I think it was PS2. It was quality, that was. Absolutely brilliant. I think it was on the, I think it might have been on the 3... No, it was on the Xbox as well, yeah. PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. Nearly 20 years ago that came out. Crazy. Crazy. And you should get PS5 or Xbox Series X. Well, if I do, I'll just get a PS because I've got a PC Game Pass, so like I'll get all Xbox games on PC. So you know, I've got like my PC for playing everything at max settings. You know, all of the spiciness. Plus, I just prefer using mouse and keyboard. I've got my Xbox Game Pass, PC Game Pass as well. So like, you know, anything on Xbox, I can play that anyway. But obviously, you know, you got your PlayStation for the exclusives. But then again, there's nothing exclusive yet that's been like, yeah, that's worth getting a PS5, you know? But like, say, GTA might be the one that makes me do it. I just don't know if I can be asked to set it up for streaming or anything though, man, you know? Like, I might just end up playing it offline, even though I did grow, like, a lot of subscribers on this channel from GTA. But I don't know if I can be asked, man. Don't know if I can be asked. Oh yeah, you can get Freestyle Unit in Girls Frontline 2. Only requirement is completing Chapter 1 of the story. I need to do this. This is a good game as well, actually. I really like Girls Frontline 2, to be fair. It's actually really fun. We're going to play some more re-memento as well in a bit, guys. A little bit later, because I'm having fun with that as well. I'm not going to lie. The game's kind of cool. Project Sekai, Colourful Stage X, Ensemble Stars collab announced for February 15th, 2025. Trickle Revive announced in Taiwan. Is this that game where you're pinching the character's cheeks? I'm sure somebody showed this me in stream the one day and I was like, okay, I think that might be the oddest gacha game I've ever seen. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Gacha Games Christmas celebration artwork. That's kind of a nice one actually for Genshin Impact. I'm not gonna lie. I quite like that. I think that might be better than Wuthering Waves actually. Because I did post the WuWa one. I don't know if there's any others, but I quite like that one for Genshin Impact. It's kind of nice. Where are we? This one is nice though. This one is not. I think that Genshin one. I think that Genshin one's better though. If I'm honest, gotta be objective. Gotta be objective. I think it looks kind of nice. COD Big Red One have a long campaign from Algeria to Germany. It was goated. It was goated, man. I really like Big Red One's campaign, man. It was good. Which game genuinely has the best story? Ooh, I'm curious here. What people saying? Hopefully there's no spoilers. Which game genuinely has the best story? I'm playing AFK at the moment and I'm honestly loving it. I think it's actually distilled the genre into one of the most enjoyable and streamlined experiences. In saying that, despite the story being decent, it could be better as well. Well, you know, I think for the most part anyway, you're not going to get Shakespearean type quality, are you, from gacha games? I always hear Nikkei, man. People always say Nikkei. Started playing Nikkei, and the story seemed okay. I kind of like PGR's story though, man. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the writing for the most part is not bad, but the voice acting is pretty good, but the plot itself is just a bit meh. It's got me thinking storytelling is an area where these kinds of games unfortunately do fall short very often. When it comes to the storytelling in a lot of gacha games, is it a problem when it comes to the games themselves, being the gacha live service games and banners and, you know, the story kind of having to ping between characters the way, you know, to fit banners? Or is it, you know, sometimes the stuff just gets lost in translation, that the stories and the premises are good, but the storytelling ends up falling short? You know what I mean? Because I think they all fail at that a little bit. Because I think sometimes they're desperately trying to, you know, capture the anime aesthetic in storytelling, but it just doesn't work so well in games compared to an actual anime, you know what I mean, or a manga. What is a gacha game I should play just for the story alone, and which one is the best in as many aspects of its story as possible? Character, script, plot, storytelling, dialogue, tone, etc. Because I find that once you've maxed things out, gotten over the initial overstimulation of the opening hours, and done all your daily challenges, you are mostly left with the story to solely interact with. So it really does pay massive dividends when that story is actually worth engaging with. Any recommendations? I think this dude needs to play a non-gacha game, right? You know? I think if you really just want to engage with the story in a game, you know, and that's the most important thing to you. Now, of course, if you're looking for a gacha game that's just got a good story, then whatever. But if the main thing for you is you want to enjoy a good story, I think gacha games are probably not the best place to do that, are they? Now, not saying that, you know, obviously, I think most gacha stories are pretty average, but not saying that they're bad, but like, I feel like if you're looking for a good storytelling journey in a game, I think you're better to go with a single player, you know, box price game, really. Either some indie game or a AAA game, and go with that if you really want a good engaging story. The one that you like the most, people all claim their game is the best story law nowadays, so this is why. Conversely, the worst story is the gacha you hate the most. The one you like most sucks. Yeah, I just want to go for a gacha game if I'm looking for a story, boys. It's if that's what I'm after, I ain't going for a fucking gacha game. Fucking, come on, bro. Yo, I need a good story, man. I need to be engaged with the story. Right, where do I go? Gacha. Yeah, that's where you fucked up, bro. You fucked up on the first step, man. You know? Like, come on, dude. Just going back to the Terra Fantasy publisher change. What gacha games did EOS in 2024? And nothing really important in here today, is nothing really catching my eye. That's why some of the Genshin community are normal, not Fanatic Maniac. What's going on, Prim? They're all about the same level, but we can tell only... Yeah, like... I actually quite like... I'm only at, like, chapter 10. But I actually quite like PGR. But I think a lot of that's held up by the actual style of the... Because, like, obviously, the storytelling lacks in a sense because, you know, the way it's told in that it's just, you know, no voice acting. You know, there's no, like, you know, a lot of it's just, you know, two static images of characters talking to each other. I've got no problem with that. You know, it's almost like in a novel type style, which I haven't got issues with that. Yeah, I think they're just the theme, and I'm not gonna lie, because, like, obviously with the punishing virus and everything, it's pretty much robo zombies, isn't he? And that's a big selling point for me. You know what I mean? I quite like Zenless Zone Zeros as well. I think personally for me, out of the gacha games I've played, I think the way in regards to storytelling, and not necessarily the best story in regards to, like, you know, what the setting is and all that sort of stuff, but the way the story's told, the way the characters speak, it's all brought to you. I'd probably say Zenless Zone Zero, if I'm honest. I feel like ZZZ's done in a really intuitive way, an enjoyable way for me personally. I like ZZZ, I like PGR. I did like what I played in Nikkei actually as well. Yeah, I think I'd have to go with Zenless, man. But again, I think if you're looking for a great story, you're in the wrong genre personally, you know? If I'm honest. You know, there's many better genres out there if you want to get a really good story. You know, whether it's JRPGs, Western RPGs, single-player adventure games, you know, narrative-based games like, you know, sort of things like Last of Us or whatever. But yeah, I think in the gacha space, I think ZZZ's done really well, personally. Have you seen on X a GTA 6.2 trailer coming today? Oh, really? I haven't heard anything about that. I haven't heard anything about that. If it drops while we're live, we'll have to have a look at him. Poor Scar. Scar out here knitting outfits for Jinsei, is he? Solon reveals future plans for WuWa in an exclusive interview with Taiwanese website GNN and addresses player concerns with character design and storytelling. Okay. Alright, here we go. Here's a summary of this, and let's take a little look, shall we? Solon reveals future plans for WuWa in an exclusive interview with Toy Winnie's website GNN and addresses player concerns with character design and storytelling. Here's a summary of the info we haven't heard of in the Rinascita preview stream. There will be more interactions between playable characters in future stories. Thank you. I have been asking for this for so long, and so many people say that's not what you got a protagonist for a reason, bro. Well, if Solon's saying it, fuck you. Because I've been saying we need more of that, and we need more of the resonators interacting with each other as well. You know, we need a glue. We need a glue in the resonators, don't we? Future character stories will be more independent from the rover, where we take the role of an observer rather than the main driver. Yo, bro, I was getting fucking roasted for having this opinion. I don't know how true this is, so I'm going to take it with a pinch of salt. I was getting two of these points here are two major points with the story, and I was getting roasted for this. People saying that's the whole idea of an MC. That's the point of the protagonist. And, you know, I was talking about it to be nice if we could, like, have, you know, break away from the rover sometimes. And it not be all about the rover all of the time. And people was like, well, that's the point of a protagonist, which for me, yeah, a boring protagonist. There will be more integration of playable characters in the overworld. We spoke about this as well, didn't we, actually? In that list that they put up the other day, people were asking for playable characters being in the overworld and potentially being quest givers as well, rather than just random NPCs. There will be new combat mechanics, and they plan to introduce these on an accelerated time frame. Interesting. New combat mechanics. Well, I think maybe we're already kind of seeing that when we look at obviously the Carlotta being able to freeze people, or if it's a Sonata set effect. We don't quite know yet, but I'm starting to lean towards a Sonata set effect, looking at the actual Sonata sets, and the fact that we've now found out that there's the Spectrofrazzle, or whatever it's called. Porting to other platforms are under consideration, but will take time since they already have 5 platforms to maintain: PC, Android, iOS, PS5, and cloud. What platform, though? Unless they go to Switch. Nobody gives a fuck about Xbox, really, do they? You know, none of these games really care. I know Genshin's on there now, but, like, come on, man. Xbox players are probably not going to bother playing it. The team is well aware of the criticisms of the game from various communities. They fully appreciate any feedback from the community, but also hopes the community can give them more time to cook. Okay. Is this true? I got a feeling I'm getting bullshitted here. Excuse me. There will be more communications with the community regarding future roadmaps. Okay. They plan to release a major version every 6 months. Now, okay, this might actually be true, because I've heard this on Twitter as well. Some other people were talking about this instead of the usual 12-month cadence. So I think potentially, not that we'll be like 3.0, 4.0 every 6 months, but there'll be a major content drop every 6 months, which, hey, hard to keep up on, but if they can do that, totally here for it. Of course, totally here for it. There are no plans to collaborate with other games in the near future. Gutted. Not gonna lie, gutted about that. But at the end of the day, I'd like to see more. I'd rather them get, like, you know, get all their houses in order really first, rather than worrying about collabing with other games, because it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. And maybe if they cook a little bit longer on that, they can, like, you know, potentially make it a bigger collaboration. So yeah, this is a big thing for me. There'll be more integration of playable characters in the overworld. We spoke about this in our list, our degenerate list to Kuro. You know, I was saying, you know, the idea of, like, you know, Chang Li's down by the river. She's got some quests to give you. You know, Jinxie's over here. She's got some quests to give you. I like the idea of that. If you're not going to have so much interaction, allow them to feel more real with them being around the world to give us quests. But there'll be more interaction between playable characters in future stories. Who's been asking for this for a long time? I've been asking for this for a long time. People called me a madman. A madman. Future character stories will be more independent from the rover, where we take the role of an observer rather than the main driver. What did I say would be great for a patch, guys? What did I say would be great for a patch? What did I say? I said, wouldn't it be cool if a half of a patch or the entire patch, we didn't really take the story of Rover. We had a couple of resonators. They were the main driving factor of that particular patch, and we saw the story through their eyes, and maybe we kind of saw the rover from a third-person perspective, and then we did what they do in PGR, where we go back and we did that part as the rover as well. I thought that'd be a really cool idea. So, you know, just saying, your boy was calling for all of this, and people said I was a fucking idiot because it's all about the MC, right? It's all about the self-insert. It's all about the protagonists. And I was like, yeah, it is, but it would be also cool if it wasn't totally about the protagonist all of the time, because that makes a pretty fucking boring protagonist as well. Now all they need to do is slip in there that somebody wants to kick Rover in the face. You know? Somebody wants to come along and kick Rover in the face. Because like, I'm not gonna lie, it will be a shame if we get to the end of 2.0 and Frovlova wants to be like Rover's buddy. You know, like I hope we do like a PGR thing with some of the characters. Like even if they stay as villains, we can play them. I'm not saying we're gonna be able to play Frovlova, but you know, I'm just be kind of cool. Anyway, I digress. We're getting off track there. Yeah, I don't think anybody cares if it comes to Xbox. If I'm honest, I guess maybe Xbox players do, but you know, there will be new combat mechanics as they plan to introduce these on a new accelerated time frame. Interesting. I wonder what these are going to be then. Like I say, I think we're potentially seeing that already. This Gen 2, whether it comes in Sonata sets or characters. As we say, looking at the combat, I'm starting to lean now that Carlotta doesn't freeze people. It's the Sonata set that she's got on the Echoes that's doing the freezing. Which I've got that video coming out tomorrow, actually. We might look into that a little bit more, actually, now we've heard about, like, say, this Spectral Frazzle and stuff like that. And yes, a major version every 6 months. Pretty freaking big, if you ask me. So, yeah, huge, man. Let's see what the comments are saying here. Yeah, I think these two are goofy as fuck, man, but I think these two killed it in the live stream, if I'm honest. Solon and Dong. Major version every 6 months. I'm all for it, to be honest, but I hope that it doesn't prevent the main quest characters' interactions to feel rushed or poorly developed. That's a good point, actually, if I'm honest. You know, that's something that definitely needs to be recognized. Of course, it's good to get more content on a regular basis, but not you know, not if it means content, you know, quantity over quality, should I say. You know, we don't want to see things be rushed, that's for sure. Because personally, I think that's a factor that we've seen a little bit in 1.0, if I'm honest. Things have gotten better, but I think we're still kind of seeing the ripples from the CBT redesign, if I'm honest. Kuro probably will bring the story back to old regions like in PGR, so I don't think that'll be bad. Yeah, hopefully we do. Yeah, I think this will be cool. I don't want to just see old regions disappear. I would like to go back and, you know, continue stories on or add new stories in those areas, because it'll make the world feel more alive, only. It will make the world feel more alive, personally, because the idea that we just go on to a new area and then it's done. Yo, Neo, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. What's going on, Surajit? Welcome, Zintos. Hello. What's going on, lads? How you doing? It's good to see ya. Considering that Huanglong is supposed to have 6 major cities and Jinzhou is just one of them, I'd like to say that most is like... See, like, people have been saying this. Do you reckon that will be the case? That we'll see more of Huanglong? We'll go back as, like, I don't know, maybe there'll be some more islands to explore. Or, like, will the argument be that they were destroyed and we've seen the relics of them, maybe? I don't know. But it'd be cool, too. It would be cool to come back to Huanglong and, you know, see cities or POIs on the scale of Zhenjiao. Well, probably a little bit smaller, but still. I think they're definitely sending us up to visit the capital at some point. Wait a minute, is Jinzhou not the capital? I thought Jinzhou was the capital. The capital and 6 cities, renowned for his vast lands and riches, to wherever a city is known as archipelago of Bryce, was he? Is Jinzhou the capital, no? I'm not too sure. I'm saving for a collab with PGR since 1.0. I guess I'll be saving for a long time. So as possible to give us updates to expand the previous region. Yeah, true. My feeling is Rinascita is a new starting point. We'll have to go back for things like the Tower, Forgery, Sim Training, and Tacit Fields. I was curious about that. Do you reckon there'll be other entry points for the Tower or new areas for the Tower will always be back there? Probably will be. It says a major presentation like the 2.0 one every 6 months on a major version itself. Oh, okay, so a major presentation every 6 months, not a major version itself, unless the website auto translation is wrong. Last 2 point is a bit, do they not sleep or something? Well, yeah, so that's interesting. Well, even if it's a major presentation, why would they give a major presentation unless they've got a major update to show off? So you know, I think that could arguably one and the same. It's not worded the same, but why would you have a major presentation unless you've got a major update to show? Because that'd be kind of asinine, really, wouldn't it? To be like, we've got a major presentation, guys, but it's not a major update. Just let you know. Don't get carried away. But yeah, this is really cool. As again, I'm here for this. As somebody who has had issues with the story in this regards, people called me crazy, said I was an idiot, but I guess Kuro don't feel that way. And they see it as a problem, and it's something that's going to be adjusted in the future, I guess. So that's great to see, man. So yeah, man. What do you guys think on this then? What do you guys think that of the changes in the story, potential interactions of playable characters, new gameplay mechanics as well, and the updates every 6 months as well? This is pretty big, if you ask me. And they've kind of already done it, haven't they? Like, the game's only just over 7 months old, and we're getting 2.0, so like, we're kind of already there, you know? We're kind of already there, really. This is these guys are saying, basically, this is our MO now. We're not doing the 12-month thing. We're doing the 6-month thing, boys. So, yeah, all I say is just I hope the developers don't get burnt out. But you know what? They're getting that 10-cent money now, aren't they? So maybe they can do something with it. Maybe they can do something with it. I doubt it's a new 0.0 version every 6 months, but maybe it's just a big patch like... yeah, like that's right. I don't think it's necessarily going to... That's what I was saying. I don't think it's necessarily going to be like 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. But, you know, that particular update on the 6 months will be like a beefy update kind of thing. Whether it's like, you know, a major patch within that arc of that event, or it's the start of a new arc. Who knows? Who knows? Black Shores was done poorly, in my opinion, outside of the story. Yeah, I don't think that... Like, people were banging on about Black Shores. I think it was done a little bit poorly, if I'm honest. I like the fact that, you know, you had, like, the Tethys Underground in there. I think the story was a little bit badly paced. And if I'm honest, the Black Shores wasn't that interesting to explore either. Not gonna lie, it just wasn't. Okay, well, look at it this way. How many times have you been back to Black Shores or Mount Ferment since doing anything? Jinzhou is the main hub regardless. True? Yeah, true. Yeah. I don't go back to Black Shores at all. There's no reason to go to Black Shores at all, is there? Like, unless you've got to do, like, you know, unless there's something that's specifically there for, like... But, like, how often do you get a daily there? Like, I get a few at Mount Firmament. But, like, I can't remember the last time I went to the Black Shores. I haven't, Daniel. I haven't. I agree, Zinthos, because of how important the Black Shores is to the world. It's an incredibly important place in the world, isn't it, when you think about it? And it felt like a bit of a nothing burger, I agree. Every time anyone goes there, yeah, true. True that. No lies detected. I go to hear the music sometimes. That's fair. That's fair. I like this meme that Scar's in prison making Jinzy's outfits. I love that. Let's make that lore accurate. Scar's locked away, and they got him on the sewing machine printing outfits for Queen Jinsei, because as I said, she is the goat. She is the goat. That's gorgeous fan art, isn't it? That's really nice fan art. They got Scar slaving away, pumping out outfits, man. I love that. Is no one calling them an exclusive? What do you mean? What do you mean, Zinthos? I made a video talking about the skin, and I got ratioed in my comments. I got ratioed hard. People weren't happy. You know, people were not happy. Jinsey sword skin is only used on a so like you can't equip that to other people. Because somebody said that in my comments, but I was like, and then other people saying you can equip it to, and I was like, I don't even know. My biggest issue, which I hate to bring it up again because people seem to really not like it, I just think the fact that it's just a colour palette change on the sword sucks a little bit. I would have preferred the weapon to look a little different, if I'm honest. The skin, I love it. The animation's gorgeous. You know, I just would have liked the weapon to look a little different, personally. I think it would have been cool if it looked different. People really didn't like that. And they said it was a weapon overall, where I was like, really easy? I even had somebody say that, like, it couldn't look different because it'd be a different weapon and you can't do that in a gacha game. She's like, bro, we've got 4-star free skins now that make the weapon look different for free. You know, the one with the kiddie paw handle. That's a fucking totally different weapon. It's not just a different colour. Yeah. I don't care, but it feels like people will crucify Hoyle for that. It's in the fine print of the material they release. Oh, I didn't notice that, Zinthos. Yo, what's up, Charlie? Yo, can you check the previous chat just to get your opinion? A previous chat? What? In here? Have I missed? Oh, shit, my bad. After thinking a lot about the expensive skins, I realised it's actually a good thing because now the company is making money from expensive skins instead of having to do power creep to sell units. That's an argument. I ain't even going to lie. That's a fair argument. Do you know the only problem I've got? The same people. Now, I'm not saying you and saying this because I think that's a fair point what you're saying there. Like says, I was having fair conversations with some people who disagreed with me. You know, because end of the day, it's just my opinion, and it's value, everything, all that sort of stuff. It's subjective, isn't it? It's totally subjective. And I like the skin as well anyway. Like, a lot of people was thinking I didn't like the skin. I'm like, I fucking like the skin, man. I'm just saying it's expensive. A lot of people who was like, oh, bro, the revenue chart's fucking bullshit. Kuro are making loads of money. They're making way more than people are saying. You know, I reckon they're making like 30, 40, 50 million a month if you're taking PC and all this sort of stuff, which I was one of them. Now all of a sudden they're selling skins. People are like, they've got to pay the bills. 10 cents to just bought half the company, you fucking idiot. What you want about? Now all of a sudden they're struggling. But now, you know what? I don't disagree. Like, if they can monetize the game in other ways, it can definitely you know, substitute the gacha system being more fair. Like, I am totally cool with that. If we can get a more fair gacha system, you know, and it stays fair, if it like, you know, if it cements the gacha system, we'll never go to a 50-50 on weapons. Pity will never increase, which I don't think it will anyway. But let's just say that that's a potential. Or let's say maybe in the future the gacha gets even better. I'm totally cool with that being substituted by skins. Definitely. I'm all for that. Whether it actually will, because I know people talk about, it's like people spoke about loot boxes back in the day. But I think people would, because it's like an artificial effect, isn't it? When you do pulls, you think it's working out cheap because you might do a little bit here and a little bit there rather than spending 50 quid all in one go. But then next thing you know, you've spent 7,500 quid in small increments, haven't you? So I don't know if it actually will, you know, act as a bedrock to support that. But I agree with what you're saying, yeah? In theory, definitely. I agree with that. The PvP on your skin video is getting weird. Yeah, dude, some people's getting a bit wild, man. People are super pressed, like, that I just thought that it was... Cause the thing that got me, it's like how Chase was saying, I'm a hypocrite. Because, like, Amethyst Abrams even put out a video where he said, like, you know, it is a bit expensive. And, like, I commented on it saying, man, I got flamed by my comments for saying that. And, like, somebody even said underneath, you know, I don't know what people's problem is. You can still like something and comment that it's expensive. And I was like, exactly what I was saying. You know, there's lots of things I've brought throughout my life that I've been like, I am glad I bought this. I enjoy it, but it was expensive. But apparently, like, you're not allowed to say that nowadays. Hey, what's going on, Rena? Yeah, I didn't read it. I didn't see the fine prints in Thor. See, that's how they get me. I didn't even see that shit. There will, but it will be a smaller increments instead of something like HSR or ZZZ. I feel like there will be power creep. Well, there's going to be power creep. It's a gacha game at the end of the day. It's inevitable, isn't it? Even if it's attempted to like be prevented, I think, you know, even if a gacha company went out the way to try not to have power creep, I think you'd just inevitably get it. Whether it came from units themselves being individually more powerful, but just as you get like a bigger roster of characters, inevitably certain characters would start to stand on top because of the way they work with other units, wouldn't it? So it's just inevitable. There's no way to get away from it. It's just that hopefully it doesn't, like, you know, although I don't care so much in Zenless, Miyabi is insane. I don't want to see that sort of level of power creep, if I'm honest, personally. Most of the Kuroborg weaves can't read and have no comprehension. They only hear what they want to hear. Yeah, like, you know, people's like, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And I'm like, you didn't watch the fucking video, did you? I said I liked it, and I said I was probably going to buy it. And I was just saying, it's kind of pricey, which to me, I think is a fair statement. And obviously, values subjective and it's all perceived, but I still think you can say something's expensive while enjoying consuming it and still be like, well, that was pricey. But apparently when you say that, it's just like you're hating. You know, like people saying I need to farm money, get a job, stop being a brokey, stop whining. I got called a Huyo shill, which was wild. Obviously, I think some people there just trying to one guy me. But yeah, as I say, man, get to the video. Like, a perfect point that he got people a little bit wound up, right, is if I get to my studio, right, and I get to, like, content, okay? That video's done 1,300 views so far, right? It's got 37 likes, 14 dislikes, which is not actually bad, 72%. Most people, you know, probably watched past the first few minutes and was like, oh, okay. But 137 comments. Most people went straight to the comment section to flame my ass. You know? Which I don't mind. I don't mind. At the end of the day, it generates more views. But it just kind of made me laugh. It's expensive, but at least there's new effects and animations. Like, it's not like a thing. Oh, yeah, nah, don't get me wrong. I think that I said this because some people's argument was it's cheap because it's cheaper than other skins. And my point back to them was, although I like the skin, and I agree, being cheaper than something else doesn't make it cheap. It's just cheaper. But yeah, like, I think most people just saw that, like, I was like, it's kind of expensive. What do you think? And then people was just like, fuck it, just say if you're broke. Say, oh, all right, bro, sorry, my bad. My bad, dude, my bad. I won't say anything again. I'm sorry. You know? Miami did power creep, but people act like Billy can't really solo floor 200 or solo throw 3 assault. I've seen some impressive stuff from players, so I don't know. Oh, yeah, I think you're always going to get players who can do that sort of shit. But I think at the hands of the average player, I think is what you have to look at for the most part, isn't he? Now, I'm not saying it's a problem. Like, I'm not the person who's totally against power creep. I think it's just how it has to be done. You know, as long as, like, I don't mind characters power creeping as long as, like, it's you know, the content's done in a way that, like, older characters can still clear stuff. I don't mind if a character clears it in 50% faster time or, you know, does way more damage. As long as the other characters can still partake in at least majority of the content, I ain't got a problem with it at all, honestly. Single player game at the end of the day, isn't it? It's not like you're playing against other people. You just take dinner is pricey, that doesn't mean I don't like it, right? For real? They'll be like, Terra Fancy Power Creep is bad and ZZ not seems like getting much away from Terra Fancy. If next one will be Power Creep as well. But if Terra Fancy and MNO is natural to get Power Creep though. Yeah, I think any game where you implement new characters, like even in PvP games, you see, like, you know what I mean? This is why, like, you know, like, even games like, I know I'll go back to Valorant a lot, but, like, take Valorant, a new character will come out, and then, like, sometimes they're just broken, you know what I mean? And they have to implement patches. Now, I know they can't do this in gacha games because of the way the laws are in China, and the way you can fix that is, like, you have to just bring out more characters that kind of work out. But, like, you know, stuff just happens sometimes, whether it's meant to or not. You know, the companies will be like, right, we've got this idea for this character, and then, you know, it's tested in-house, it's tested in a beta, and it's like, okay, seems pretty balanced, and then it goes out to the wider public, and a few fucking people figure out that, like, dude, this is cracked if you do this, and then it's too late, isn't it? Kind of thing, you know what I mean? This is why we have to have betas in things like Wuthering Waves, because, like, I've seen some people say, "Well, just stop the betas," and it's like, then you worry about power creep. It'll get worse, trust me, because, you know, and we'll have more bugs because it'll only be able to be tested in house against a small amount of people, and, you know, those cracked players won't get a hand of it. You know, and then they'll get a hand of it when it goes into the wild, and we'll be having ridiculous characters coming out then. I think Carlotta should power creep and didn't Camellia power creep. Camellia did. Like, but the thing is, like, Jian, Jinxie, Camellia, and Yao are all really powerful. You know, they're all really powerful, and they're kind of different in different ways. Like, the thing with, like, WuWa, it's like, you know, like Jian, you might get a bit more out of Jinxie, and you might get a bit more out of, like, Yao, but, like, you have to work a little bit more compared to something like Jian. And, you know, Camellia is really strong, though. Camellia is really just, like, spin, 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 and everything dies kind of thing. But I don't think she's, like, out there, you know? And there's still content in the game that it doesn't matter if you're running Cammy, you know, unless you're, like, S6'd out on some of your characters. You're going to have to switch to other teams anyway, just to clear the content because of the way the resistances work in the game. But yeah, I don't feel like, well, I've only got a, is my Cammy? Yeah, I've got no copies of Cammy, and I've got no copies of Jinxie or Jian, and I don't feel like one's worldly more powerful than the other. If anything, I'd probably say my Jinxie feels more powerful. Nah, she's still on par with Jinxie and Jian. Yeah, most of the 5 stars are still extremely viable. Yeah, I agree with that. Camellia didn't power creep. She just made combat easier. Yeah, she's kind of she's a little bit like Jian in a sense, and she's Unga Bunga. A little bit less Unga Bunga than Jian, but she's still Unga Bunga, I think, anyway. Some people say she's actually kind of difficult to get out of what you're going to get out in regards to her skill and her pistols and stuff, but I suppose, like, she's not great against, well, she can be. She's just better against, like, she's like Jian in that set. Well, Jian's good against solo targets as well. She's just really good at, like, crowd control, isn't she? But Ellen is still viable too. Yeah. That's what I say. At the end of the day, for me, the way I look at power creep really, it's determined by how the end game works. You know, if you've got characters, like, let's just say this is the level, right? And they're clearing all the content. And then all of a sudden the character comes out here, but the end game content stays where it is. You've just got a more powerful character. Yeah, I get it. That's power creep. But everybody else can still do what they need to do. So you don't need that character to do the content. This is where, like I say, I had my issues with Honkai Star Rail, because each patch was heavily gimmicked towards the new banners and stuff, wasn't it? It just felt like if you didn't have those characters, it was a rough time. What's going on, Guy? HSR power creep has been getting pretty crazy. Yeah, HP inflation, everything. Like, for me, I started having issues with Star Rail quite a while ago. I think it's exacerbated by the fact that it's turn-based. Thinking about power creep, you should compare to still the same elements because there's resistance against those elements. That's fair, that's fair. Try prime rib, New York cut porterhouse or ribeye, or high quality cuts of meat. Wagyu's good as well. Porterhouse is nice though. She's too complicated now. I just buff and hold attack on Camellia. My girl Yinling can do more damage than Cammy if she's used correctly. You can put out some insane damage with Cammy though. You can put out some insane damage with her. I definitely can't do that personally. I need to know the tricks with Yinlin if you can do that. If you can put out that much damage, because Cammy is kind of insane. Teach me the ways to do that, man. I need to know how to do that. 2 seconds. I wanted to get that video up as well. I was going to check out this trailer for this game as well. Now you must be using Cammy wrong if that's the case. More damage than a proper Cammy, I have to disagree. I don't have Cam, but I used her trail. Yeah, nah, Cammy's powerful, dude. She can put out a lot of damage. You know, like, mine's still not fully built up. And they haven't even got the best echoes on her. And you can pop big numbers, you know what I mean, with a skill. Especially if you're buffed by Shorekeeper. Like, it's ridiculous. Cammy's fire, man. I love Cammy, I do. I'll try set to 18. Control set to 18. Excuse me. Yeah, man. If you teach me the ways with yelling, man. Here we go. All right. Okay. I think my headset switched off. So a status effects a thing now when we were on. I don't know, like, because freezing's a status effect, isn't it? You know, unless they're gonna get, you know, they're gonna try and work out some sort of fucking technicality this not, because freezing's a status effect. And it seems like actually when you look at freaking Carlotta, she's slowing before she freezes, yeah. Am I tripping? She's not just straight freezing, is she? She seems like she's slowing before she freezes. I'm not 100% like, I don't know if I'm just seeing things that's not there. Where is it? No, it's not this one. It's this one, yeah. Yeah, because if you go down to it's the, which one is it? This one here. Transform into the Diurnus Knight and deal spectral damage to enemies. Deal increased damage to enemies inflicted by spectral frazzle. What's that? That's not in the game, is it? Unless I'm tripping. Like, I've never heard that mentioned in the game, or am I just like smooth brain in here and I've like missed over like some core mechanic of the game that's just like there that I don't think's there? Because as far as I'm aware, I've never heard that word mentioned in the game ever. Spectral frazzle. You know? So we're getting increased damage to enemies in. Hey, do you know what? I should have put that fucking video out about afflictions. I mentioned it. People said, nah, I don't know about that, bro. I think I should get a job at fucking Kuro, you know? I said the story stuff, people were like, you're a fucking idiot, Pix. You know? I said the affliction stuff, you're a fucking idiot, Pix. Solon comes along because actually, you know, this guy Pixel, we're gonna take his ideas and not pay him. What's going on, Chinese French dolls? If I think it's the effect that Ikes do. What do you mean? What do you mean? My boys Union Linsborough, Zhang Liao, not so fully built, but over 150k residence. You're hired. Nice. Let's go. What's my weekly wage? What's my weekly wage? I'll take some cardboard cutouts and a day trip out to Alton Towers. That'll do me. Calto's still my pet 5e. I'll just keep him as strong as alongside as my main DPS. Because, like, we got these Spectral Frazzle, right? Where was it now? Is it this one? I think it's this one, yeah. It's got the Echo. Yeah, the Echo Sonata sets. No, is it not? Which one was it now that's got the Sonata sets on there? Whatever, anyway. We've seen it. We've seen it in real time, haven't we? We all thought that Carlotta's freezing people. Now, that still might be the case, you know? My evidence is only going off this and just the names on the Sonata set effects, and it's just making me think, like, and that there's spoke about, you know, and I said this before, will we have Gen 2 Resonators? Maybe not, but maybe we'll have Gen 2 Sonata sets, you know? Maybe that's the way we'll evolve the combat mechanics in the game. One ginger skin every year unless Vera somehow comes to the game. I saw that concept art. Cal is my favourite, but he's not good at crowd control. After playing PGR and hearing Ryuk's sentiments, why doesn't he just play that? Oh, you're about Ryuko Sensei? I suppose it's because that's what he was expecting out of Wuthering Waves, isn't he? Oh, you want to make the okay, Chinese. Potentially. So you're inflicting spectral damage. I mean, spectral frazzle, and then. So obviously, its skill is dealing spectral damage, right? Like everyone's got a skill. Now, I'm assuming, which it deals spectral damage, and then deal increased damage. So that's got to be the Sonata set effect, hasn't he? What was it called on those sets? Oh no, was it called Spectral Frazzle? It wasn't. It was called something light, wasn't he? No, well, actually, that's probably the name of the set effect, but that's what the set effect actually does, if that makes sense. Spectral Frazzle is a thing in the game, but I believe only smaller echoes could do it. I remember seeing it in the info section about enemies. I may be wrong. See, I don't know. It's got me questioning, because I'm like, I don't remember hearing that, but I'm like, I've got a terrible memory sometimes, you know what I mean? And I'll easily forget little things like that. Yeah, he thinks it's only applied by Jin's Outro, I think. I've seen the leak of the new sets. Oh, don't tell me though. Don't tell me. Because I have been trying to theory crafty, and I've like I've got a video that should come out tomorrow talking about some stuff, like talking about this sort of stuff, and I want to see if I'm like right. You know. Okay, all right, no worries. Thank you. Appreciate you not saying. Yeah, so maybe that's the deal then. Maybe that's the deal. And like you say, it not being on it would have been mentioned if it was on a kit. Makes sense. None of the others mention anything, do they? They're just straight up. It's weird that that's the only one that takes effect of any of that, though, doesn't he? None of the others say anything about, gaining a buff from that. Interested to see what 4 costs can gain from that then now. Like, because that's specific to this one, isn't it? Is that potentially going to give that, this sounds wild, but is the potential of dropping a 4 cost and going in with a 3 cost as your main slots, and running like a 4 less set. And what I mean by that is without a 4. That'd be weird to do that, and it kind of wouldn't work out. Hold up, guys. I've got to go to the loot. I'll be back in a second. Give me a moment. So I'm back. Yeah, I was chatting away, man. I was just like, yo, I need a poop. Yeah, man, take the phone, man. Gotta have the phone while you poop, right? Gotta have the phone while you poop. Oh, there's me. Turn that down. Can't hear myself. Error play, you know. So yeah, man, interesting. Obviously, we haven't got too long to find out. I do want to try and get a video out talking about maybe a little bit more in depth about this, but I've got that video that's ready to go maybe tomorrow. I've got a feeling though, man. I don't know if like some of my videos are going to get delayed because I feel like we're going to get drip fed some marketing potentially daily at the moment. I don't know, maybe not. But you know, we're so close now, aren't we, to 2.0. You know, I feel like they'd be remiss a little bit if they weren't keeping up the hype. Especially when you think about it, it's not just 2.0. It's kind of a soft launch of the game, isn't it? Because it's coming out on PlayStation. So they need to be building up the hype. Anybody who's on PlayStation 5, have you noticed if there's any advertisements or anything on the store? Or that might happen once the game's launched, hasn't it? I was just wondering if there's like, you know, if you're scrolling around on the store, if you'd say anything about the game coming out. Drop the Browns to the Super Bowl. Drop the kids off at the pool. Drop the kids off at the pool. Power play, you know. Alright, let's check this out then, shall we? Let's see what it's about. I saw this on Reddit in everybody's favourite place, r/gacha gaming. And when I first saw it, it was titled like Girls Frontline 2 third-person shooter or something. And I thought it was Snowbreak Containment Zone when I first saw it. But evidently it's not. So let's check this out. This is over on Tap channel. Project Net technical test preview video. Let's have a little look-see, shall we? Because as somebody who, there's things about Snowbreak that I actually like. I would like a game company to come in and do it a little bit more polished. That's kind of why I'm looking forward to Duet's Night Abyss, actually, because that's got some third-person elements, isn't it? And then again, though, Ananta looks like he's doing a really good job of that sort of stuff as well. But anyway, let's get into the video. Robos. That's first person. That's a cutscene, yeah. Okay. This is, you can tell this is definitely designed for mobile. Obviously, technical tests. But yeah, these models not the best. All right, straight into some cheeks. Okay, it's gone up a level. Wait a minute. Aren't Sunborn involved in Snowbreak Containment Zone? Am I tripping? Wait a minute. That's the character out of Snowbreak, isn't he? I mean, Girls Frontline 2. I forgot her name, the girl who likes eating all the time. She uses a shotgun as well, yeah. Wait, is this a separate game, or is it like a different mode within Girls Frontline 2? Sabrina. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Right, it is, yeah. Was this like a spin-off? It does look like Snowbreak though as well. It's like Girls Frontline 2 Snowbreak version. Yeah, this looks like Girls Frontline 2 and Snowbreak Containment Zone started scissoring, you know? Interesting. So these are Girls Frontline 2 characters, aren't they? Okay. Okay. So, I wonder if they're doing this here because really, this looks like the parts of Girls Frontline 2. You know, when you go into the animations for the attacks. That's kind of what it looks like, doesn't it? But you're actually in control and you're playing the game like that, really. It's kind of what it seems like. And maybe they're reaching out to that audience, because I know there's a lot of people, like people have even commented on my videos and in my streams that like Girls Frontline 2 looks cool, but I'm not really into that kind of gameplay. I'm not into like isometric strategy type turn-based RPGs. So maybe they're trying to like, you know, reach out to that audience, I guess. Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? I think I forgot the names of the characters, but these are all out of, yeah, I don't know who this one is though. Yeah, man. Okay. All right, I'm interested. When's this happening? When is it happening? Sorry, let's go back. Test period is on the 9th of the 1st, 2025 until the 16th. And it's being tested in Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and Philippines. The rest of the world coming soon. Let me look if I can find the website. Excuse me. Where's the website? It's just for tap, right? Project Net is a 3D third-person shooter game officially developed by the Hecate team, Sunburn Network, which is based on the Girls Frontline series. Website's not loading though. Oh, here we go. So yeah, it looks like it looks like it's based on the Girls Frontline series then. Just the images we saw in that video. Just zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this better. Okay. So obviously you can pre-register. I'm assuming probably if you're in those regions, I don't know if a global pre-registration's on the go. Project Rider. Anime Gacha RPG. Okay, all right. Oh, this has got my interests, you know. Hopefully maybe see get a little bit more polished, but this is a technical test, so from a technical test standpoint, it doesn't look shabby at all. Somebody who likes Girls Frontline 2, even though I'm a noob to the game, I like it. So yeah, man, I'm down to see more in the universe of Girls Frontline 2, man. I'm here for it. There you go. Project Net, technical test starting next month in Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and the Philippines. That'd be one to tell V about, right? So yeah, check it out. Going for the Snowbreak audience. I don't blame them, man, because for me personally, I actually kind of like Snowbreak. They just could have done things a little bit better. As I say, that's why I'm looking forward to Duet Nights Abyss, and Ananta's got some of that in as well, hasn't it? The third person shooting. But yeah, man, I'm here for that. I'm here for it. Okay. All right. To be fair, there is some gooning in Girls Frontline 2, though, and Snowbreak's one of the goonerish games, most goonerists games out there. Okay, the pre-download package is about 45 gigabytes in size to ensure smoother decompressing and installing processes. Recommended you have at least 60 gig of spare storage space on your PC, and they recommend that you install the game on an SSD. We're not going to talk about that. Well, I will talk about it. I was dumb. I've got a fast SSD. For about fucking 6 months, I was wondering, dude, why does my game lag for about 20 seconds when I first jump into the game? Why does it take ages to load up every time? And like sometimes moving from area to area seems really slow. I'd had my games installed on my HDD for like 6 months. So I learned out the hard way. Had a massive smooth brain moment, okay? I know, I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't even like one day I was just like, dude, there's something wrong here, man. My game's just not running right. And then I checked where the game was installed, and it was installed on my D drive. So you know, stupid. I'm stupid. All right, let's have a look. Then we're in Wuthering Waves Reddit here. That's a nice bit of artwork actually. What's this here? I think this is another part of that Korean interview, yeah. Future and 2.0 update. On January 2nd, 2025, Wuthering Waves will launch version 2.0 on its PS5 edition, released globally on May 23rd. Yada 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 yada. There's nothing here. It's just a link. Oh, actually, here we go. Okay, let's have a look. Question: Wuthering Waves has reached its half-year anniversary since launch. How do you feel? We don't care. The transition from version 1.0 to 2.0 feels quick. Was this a deliberate decision? The world of Wuthering Waves Solaris contains various regions beyond Huanglong. After introducing Jinzhou in Huanglong, we immediately presented Rinascita to showcase aspects we hadn't revealed before and to demonstrate our evolution. As I mentioned, long-lasting love from our players requires us to continually improve ourselves, and this was part of that effort. So, what I'll get from that, do you think that's like down to the CBT spillover, if you will? You know, that they kind of rejected this darker premise, and that's why they've pushed out Rinascita early to say, look, we've got shiny, bright stuff, if that's what you're into from a visual standpoint. Do you reckon? Maybe. I don't know. We were Glazer Containment Zone. While we're cautious, we aim to deliver significant new content roughly every half year. With this in mind, we've worked hard to bring Rinascita to life for our players. Question: gun-focused characters have felt somewhat underwhelming until now. True, but Card Lottery 2.0 seems to address this. Can we expect more engaging gun characters in the future? Additionally, will the weak parry performance of 4-star gun characters be improved? I'm glad players are taking notice of Carlotta and giving her positive feedback. We're considering multiple aspects when it comes to gun characters. In fact, we are closely examining overall weapon and character balance. See, I've been saying this from day one as well. I said that, gun characters were lacking, weren't they? And I think a lot of people agree with that anyway, because, most people don't really tend to use them that often, do they? Unless it's maybe like Mordathy, I guess. Early days, a lot of people used a lot of Chia, but I don't think people are really using that much anymore, are they? I don't know, let me know. Alongside 2.0, the PS5 version is also launching. What was the most challenging part of its development? Optimization, without a doubt. This is our first release on PlayStation, so there was a lot of uncertainty about how to optimize the game for it. Since optimization directly impacts the gaming experience, we devoted significant attention to this aspect. So that's a good to hear, because I've said the game's got to launch smoothly on PlayStation 5. It's got to launch smooth, man. Half a year, it's crazy, yeah. That's it's a lot to get out when you think about it every 6 months. Hey, Rosie. In Rinascita, echoes previously seen as enemies are now integrated into daily life, which is intriguing. Could you clarify what echoes are? Will they appear similarly in other regions as the game mechanics or interactive elements? Echoes have been a complex aspect both in terms of world building and content integration. We've explored many possibilities, and their usage in Rinascita is a result of ongoing research. Players can expect further applications in future content. Interesting. Ongoing research. I know he's talking about their research in regards to how to use them, which makes me think of, again, experiments in Rinascita. Story and direction seem to be improving with each update. Characters like Chang Li, Shorekeeper, and Camilla left a strong impression. Will Rinascita exceed those expectations? Are there plans to refine the early story? Oh, interesting. It's heartening to see the positive response to each new update. However, our core storytelling approach hasn't changed. We design characters and themes that align with the unique identity of each region the rover visits. By letting players gradually discover and connect with these elements, we aim to foster emotional engagement. Everybody's a waifu, you mean? This approach remains consistent in Rinascita. The new region is a carnival city filled with secrets distinct from Jinzhou. With its characters and storylines, we aim to deepen player connection. We've crafted something special, and I hope players look forward to the new story. What key aspects of 2.0 and Rinascita would you like players to enjoy the most? There are so many. If I had to choose, I'd say I hope players appreciate how Wuthering Waves continues to evolve, showcasing endless possibilities from 1.0 with Mount Firmament and the Black Shores to Rinascita. Each version has been a step forward, aiming to surprise players. Our team has been relentless in its efforts to improve, and 2.0 reflects this progress. Player feedback is one of the most important things for our development team. But guys, remember, if you're going to give feedback, make sure it's vetted first, because otherwise people get really angry about opinions, even if it's about price tags. It might be a bit early to ask. I'm just joking. It might be a bit early to ask, but in the beginning, Wuthering Waves mentioned the 7 regions of Huanglong, including Jinzhou. Now you've moved to Rinascita, a completely different setting. What can we expect in the new world of Wuthering Waves? Here we go. As you mentioned, Huanglong alone has regions beyond Jinzhou, and Rinascita itself has additional cities wherever we go next. There are expansive storylines ready to unfold. Our challenge is determining how to present them fully and effectively. Okay, didn't really answer that though, did he? Another major consideration is meeting player expectations. The experiences we provide must satisfy our audience, knowing how much players have cherished what we've shown so far, and their anticipation for what's next motivates us to revise to the occasion. One of our key directions is delivering fresh and diverse experiences players haven't had before, and we're constantly refining ideas to achieve this. So he kind of glosses over that, which makes sense because like he's not really going to say, yeah, we're going back to Jinzhou, because he kind of spoils it, doesn't he? What do you think to that? Do you think we will be going back to Jinzhou? Because he did make a point, you know, of mentioning that was spoken about, you know, Rinascita has additional cities, the cities regions beyond Jinzhou. So is that like of a, you know, a way of saying, look, there's other stuff. Not saying we're going back, but I'm just saying there's other stuff. You know what I mean? Can't wait for the Gun 5-star that playing FPS mode. Not for a while. I don't think it'll be a while. I don't think it'll be a while. I think, like, do you reckon we're going to have to go back to Jinzhou with the Scar storyline? Or do you reckon that's going to be, like, solved off scene and then he just pops back up and he's like, ah, bitch, I got out, you know? Never settling Kuro Games refines its unique identity. Wuthering Waves has achieved significant global success. Did you anticipate this level of achievement? How much has the company grown since? The overwhelming love and interest we've received globally have far exceeded our expectations. This has instilled us in a strong sense of duty to create even better content to meet the expectations of players worldwide. You know, when I hear them say that, you know, when I hear Solon say that, I believe it. You know what I mean? I believe it. Usually when I hear that from developers or CEOs or whatever it is, I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's developer speak. I know look, I'm critical sometimes, but, you know, I'll glaze Kuro when they deserve glazing. I think that's true. I believe that, you know? I believe that shit when that comes out of his mouth. In the 6 months since launch, our team has grown significantly in many areas, including development pipelines, talent cultivation, and technical capabilities. We've achieved remarkable progress compared to our pre-launch state and remain committed to continual growth. Okay? Wuthering Waves has been especially successful in South Korea. What do you think contributed to this success? Also, you've engaged with Korean players through events like G-Star last year and other offline gatherings. Do you have any plans to meet with Korean players again? While we've received incredible support globally, we're particularly aware of our success in South Korea. It's surprising and deeply gratifying to see how much how much love we've garnered there. It feels as though our vision and efforts have been acknowledged, which is incredibly moving. Although we still have room for improvement, we're determined to repay the love through our work. I often visit Korea for personal travel, but I've always hoped to have more direct opportunities to meet players. In fact, we'd love to meet players wherever they enjoy Wuthering Waves. However, our current focus is on ensuring the highest quality content and experiences for players, especially with Rinascita in development. Once the timing feels right, we'll definitely explore ways to meet players face to face. Personally, I've been impressed by the high quality action and unique art style from Punishing Grey Raven to Wuthering Waves. How has Kuro managed to maintain and refine its distinct identity? The key lies in the passion of our developers. Listen to that, Western fucking developers. The passion, right? The passion and desire for creating creative expression, yeah? Right? So a lot of developers in the West need to take note of that. It's driven by a relentless commitment to innovation and willingness to embrace challenges at Kuro Games. We constantly pursue new ideas and strive to bring them to life through continuous exploration. I mean, Scar ain't going to just chill in prison making skins for Jinsey, right? Who's looking at them memes earlier? Kuro Games, just lines of Jinsey skins, man. Kuro Games has become a prominent name in the subculture gaming scene. What is the guiding philosophy and vision behind the studio's success? What kind of experience do you ultimately aim to offer players through Wuthering Waves? This year, Kuro Games established our core vision as challenge is greatness. I like that. The idea is to pursue seemingly impossible challenges and realize greatness through them. We aim to embody this spirit in our games. Additionally, we strive to create valuable and innovative gaming experiences that aren't confined by specific genres or conventional game formats. Okay. Our goal is to deliver something truly unique and meaningful to players. Lastly, you have a message for Korean players. Korean Rovers Fighting, thank you so much for your continued support. Please keep looking forward to what's next in Wuthering Waves. Okay, there you go. In saying really that we're looking to maybe get content every 6 months. Again, I believe when you know, Solon, Dong talk about passion in the game, in the development, you know, you can feel it, can't you? You can feel it, and it's good to see. So yeah, you know, one of the good actors in the space, in my opinion. Although You'll see me criticize sometimes. I even said, you know, for me, the skin was expensive. People didn't like that. But yeah, great developers. And yeah, can't wait to see what the future holds for the game, man. I think it's exciting. And now with Tencent being involved, I think the expansion of the company is inevitable, and we'll potentially be seeing some, you know, some more games in the future coming from them, and I definitely look forward to it. So yeah, that was an interview with GNN, I think it was. I believe it might be a different interview actually, but there's been a couple of interviews with Korean journalists as well. So yeah, man, some interesting information there. Like I says, I think in mentioning Jin Zhao and Rinascita, I think that kind of gives the idea to me that, you know, the things that people have been talking about us going back kind of makes me think that is going to be the case. Yeah, man, you guys are going to have to let me know what you think in the comments as well. What you reckon? What you reckon? What's going on, Victor Arias? Welcome to the stream. I mean, it's got, I think there were 2 interviews. This is just one of them. Yeah, I think the other one was the GNN one, because we was just going through, that's the, yeah, I don't know which one that one is. We're looking at the other one, just GNN. This one. This is one we're talking about. This is like a bit of an overview, but they're implementing things that I was talking about. So I'm gonna claim that was all down to me. Video coming out in the next few days. Kuro, listen to me. All right. That'll be a video title. You can try and link it. Yeah, you can try and link it. Oh, yeah. Is that the one? Yeah. We had a look at that one. Yeah, we had a look at that one earlier. Pixel saved Wuthering Waves. Devs listened, right? It's funny, though, that they're coming up with those ideas after when I said those ideas like a month or 2 ago. I got called a fucking idiot. Oh, yeah, we're getting the pulse as well. Now we're getting one of these each day, aren't we? 6 days to go. Yeah, 6 days to go. Are we at 5 now? We're at 5, aren't we? Me on New Year, me when 2.0 drops. Fuck. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna be missing out on the String Master and the Yao's weapon again. But I don't care. I don't care. Bro, the way Jinsey be looking at me in this trailer, man, like, bruh. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, I do like Frovlova. I do. I still think she's the heir to the Montelli family. I saw Gatchasmack share a comment about that, actually. I plugged myself in Gatchasmack's Twitter. I had to do it, you know. I had to do it. Cheeky little plug, you know what I mean? I was just like subtly popped it in there. Oh, I made a video talking about that, actually, just to let you know. Just to let you know. Subtle self-promotion, you know, subtle self-promotion. I think it was really subtle the way I did it, actually. Let me show you. Like, I don't think this came off as obvious, right? This wasn't obvious, like, you know? I don't think it was obvious at all. You know, this person was talking about Carlotta and Frovlova potentially being sisters. And then, like, I posted that. You know? I mean, that was pretty subtle. It wasn't like I was like, hey, you know, self-promo. I think I went under the radar, to be fair. By the way, WuWa 2.0 is going to have a lot of cutscenes according to leakers. They gave it a 9.8 out of 10. Really? I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, but I think Frovlova's gorgeous, man. I really, since we saw her, I was into it, man. I was into it. I don't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my thickness.
This is the book. It is the most beautifully illustrated. Right, let's start at the beginning. Okay.
Man, don't flick those pages so rough.
101, a step-by-step guide on how to make fire. How to find water, because I have no idea where to find safe drinking water.
Oh, this is cool.
Edible foods, onto, I'm just flipping.
I'm gonna have to get this book myself, you know. I know it's a promoted tag, but that looks cool. Seeing if there's anything else. That's sick. The Animate X WuWa event. Bro is a true consumer, right? Dude, I am, man. Gatcha's Max surprised me by spreading misinformation on Terra Fantasy today as well. I expect such a thing from Sticks, but even Sticks was kind of more... I ain't watched his video. I know he did a video on it. I ain't watched his video, if I'm honest. I think some people just like shitting on Terra Fantasy, don't they? I think it's a bit of a meme for people now, I think, yeah. I can't wait for it to say that, man. Mamma mia. Hold on, I'll be back in a sec. I'm just making myself a drink. I just can imagine Rinascita just like with a gun to somebody and just be like, Mamma mia. You know? The way how deadpan she says it. Rinascita on VA seems like a disaster. I ain't heard much of the rest of her VA, if I'm honest. I think it's kind of funny the way she says Mamma mia, though. Don't you? Kind of like it. You know? I kind of like it, right? Me too. I thought she was perfect. I learned on course English VA is the same as Tataru, and I'm just like, what? Really? I didn't know that. Deadpan comedy is my fave. We need to find PS1 games. Yes, we do, Rosie. I'll have a look for them after, actually. I'll have a look for them. I'm just filtering some water, man. They might have removed region locking from flights. I think some people are just taking that from the images because I've seen footage. It was actually on YouTube earlier. It was comparing flight on Genshin to WuWa, and it actually showed them flying around Mount Firmament. And I think that's just in the test servers one. There was probably just testing out whether it was worth putting in the other areas, I think. I think I'm just going to stick to JP now. No disrespect to English VAs. I think JP VAs are just better usually across the board, aren't they? I'm just lazy though. You also get thank you VA for the story trailer, but I think he's one of the NPCs. Yeah, Carlotta is. I ain't heard the JP VA, but I think her English VA. Yeah, S tier. You're right. Awesome. You know, I think she absolutely killed you. Who's that beautiful man I see on the screen talking about WuWa? You're making me blush. Is that the real Sticks? It is as well. What's up, Squire? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think pixel glazing. Hey, I like a bit of glazing, man. You know me. You know me. I like to glaze from time to time when I think it's deserved. Yeah, I do. Carlotta's VA, absolutely brilliant in my eyes. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, again, I still, you know, I think it was incredibly interesting, as I was saying about the echoes. Had a spectral frazzle, and after seeing Carlotta's gameplay, I think the status effects are coming from the echo sets. Can't wait to see the deal anyway. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm taking the credit for the story editions that Solon was talking about. Just saying it. Just saying it. Hey, what's up, John? How's it going, dudes? Forgot that she was voiced by the same VA's tattoo from... Yeah, somebody just said that. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that, if I'm honest. I'm not doing too bad, actually, dudes. I'm not doing too bad at all. I'm still kind of recovering from Christmas, man. I'm not going to lie. I was up again late last night. Too much to drink, too much to eat. And I'm getting too old for this shit. Hopefully you had a good Christmas as well. Once you fully learn the PGR combat system, it feels pretty good and fun. I love the PGR combat system. I think it's really fun. The thing is with PGR caught me up. You know, when I first played it, like obviously I went from Wuthering Waves to PGR, so of course, you know, playing on PC as well, there was that like it was a bit jarring from a visual standpoint, and that first like hour of PGRs, I think, is a little bit rough personally. And I must admit, I played the game for the very first time at the end of like a 4 or 5 hour stream. People's like, oh, you should try PGR out. So I was like, all right, I'll try it out. And the combat system at first, I was like, I don't like this fucking Candy Crush shit. What's this? And I didn't appreciate it. And then a few days later, I went back and played it. And yeah, I was sucked in. I love the combat system in PGR. That's one thing that Kuro do. They know combat, don't they? You know? I don't think there's any question about that. That's you know, that's their bread and butter is combat. We're all recovering from Christmas. Tell me about it. Try back in spring, but you're bounced off it pretty hard. What PGR? You try back in spring on PGR? Yeah, I haven't played for a while, if I'm honest. It's just because I've just been so busy recently that it's just like getting back and you know, playing is because at the moment I'm playing WuWa. I'm trying to get back into Zenly Zone Zero again. We just started playing re-memento, which is taking me twice as long as is what it should because I don't speak a lick of Korean, so I'm having to use my translate. So that's slowing me down. But I do want to get back into PGR soon because now with the merge coming up, it's like if you're not, you know, keeping up now, you're going to get left behind rapidly, aren't you? I need to get back into PGR. Enjoyed it from what I played. It's a fun game. It's a really fun game, in my opinion. A really fun game. New Year will finish us. Oh, dudes. You know what? New Year's for me, those are always chill. Not going to lie. It's always pretty relaxed. And I've been like that since I was like young. New Year's always suck for what I've found. You plan to do something big and then it just never happens, you know? Just it's an average Thursday night out on the town's better than New Year's for me. So I'll probably just chill, you know, have a couple of beers and just probably play some games if I'm honest. Probably the plan. Get ready for 2.0. New Year will finish us then. Sorry, I don't know if I read that again. Have you relinked your Terra Fancy account yet following the publisher change? I haven't yet, but somebody sent me all the links to do so. Because I do want to do it, because unlike Sticks, I actually kind of like Terra Fancy. Now, on all serious now, I kind of think it's a fun game. I haven't played it for ages though, so I haven't got around to doing it yet. I think, when did it go live? Is it today or yesterday? You could move over your account. How's it going anyway though, Cyber Gamer? Long time no see, man. You good? As well, guys, if you haven't checked out Sticks, you know Sticks. As I like to say, we love Sticks here. And I say, well, I do anyway. We've watched a bunch of Sticks' content on the channel. It's open today. Yeah, it was today, yeah. I was going to say, somebody linked it me in Discord, actually. It's so warm in my room, even though I've got my AC on. 2 seconds, guys. Back in a moment. Just making a drink. Kettle's boiling. You guys know it. I'm British, so you know if I don't drink a cup of tea every so many hours, I melt. This is actually a biological fact about British people. That's when you can tell somebody's not truly British. If you like, do you like tea or coffee? And they say coffee. He's a faker. He's a faker. This is true. All right. Well, the kettle's boiling. Let's have a little scan down here. Okay. Dude, what is it with me and the characters with white hair? Like, I don't know what it is, bro. Like, I just automatically feel like I'm going into simp mode when I see a character with white hair. Like, you know, Jinxie, Camellia, I think Zany as well. Freaking hell, all the characters with white hair. No, guys, I'm forgetting. I'm having a brain fart. Give me names, give me names. I'm forgetting already. Smooth brain moment. Thinking about cups of tea. Nah, dude, she's getting done dirty already. This is, this will not stand. What you want about, Rachia's, oh shit, I've just spilled tea on my fucking mouse pad. Degenerate ape. I'm such a fucking idiot. I don't know, like, I feel like a design's kind of grown on me. I'm not gonna lie. Still don't think I'm the biggest fan of it. Like, my initial criticism with her, I felt like she was over-designed, if that makes sense. You know? I felt like there was a little bit too much going on, but she's been warming on me. She's been warming on me. I spilt tea, man. It should be illegal, that should. Keir Starmer's gonna come after me. I feel you. I'm giving every pull to Carlotta. Oh, dude, I'm so on Carlotta, telling you. People don't like her design. I think she's meant to be a court jester thing. Well, she's the first maid to the Fool's Troop, isn't she? So, like, she's a performer, isn't she? I like her design, but she's Havoc, if I understand correctly, and I feel like I have too much Havoc characters and high need to get some of their elements. See, like, for me, I don't like using Rover, so obviously Sanhua's great for Cammy at the moment, but maybe, like, she can make Rover feel a bit better for me. But, like, if it gives me a different way to play Camellia, like, you know, it depends, you know, depending on how her CC works and her off-field stuff works as well. I don't know who I can use her with, but after seeing a gameplay, I'm actually kind of interested in her. Do you know what I mean? I have Jeji, so Carlotta top priority it is. Yeah, I don't have Jeji. She's a character I lost my 50-50 and I never actually managed to get. Mamma mia. Is that? What's it got a fishing rod then? guys can't see it because my camera's in the way. I never noticed that before. What's going on there? Oh no, it's not a fishing rod. Is it? Was it a weapon? Look like a fucking fishing rod in her hand. Am I tripping? I think I might be tripping. Well, that one over to the left was carrying a fishing rod. Any Mamma Mia's in chat? Water repelling mouse pad. I could do with one of those, definitely. I mean, my best DPS is L3 ones. She's a little comedian. You don't need other elements, I think. Let's fight the rocks, I guess. Do I have resistance to Havoc a lot nowadays? I ain't bothered with the Terror Diversity for ages. No, I ain't. I really should hop back on.
If you think you can stop what's coming, what have you done?
What's this? What's this?
If you think you can stop what's coming, what have you done?
To be fair, you should be disgusted at yourself that you actually fucking equipped that dude and used echoes on him. Like, disgraceful. Disgraceful. To be fair, though, I don't think you're going to be using your old echo sets on a Carlot, or are you really? If I'm honest, we'll see. I'm the only one that likes Lin Yang. I think you are. I hate the guy with a passion. I hate the guy with a passion. Absolutely doesn't. Do you know what the biggest thing with Lin Yang? I've said it multiple times, but let me show you again. And it's not even. I'm not even being satirical. I fucking hate the thing. It's the. Oh no, it's not great. It's not a great image. It's too small. Wait, give me a good one here. Give me a good one here. I need to show you. Right, I need to show you because it fucking pisses me off. That's probably the best image there. These trousers, bro. He's just a chill dude. Well, he needs to get some new trousers and then maybe he can be a chill dude. Right? There's something about those trousers make me angry, bro. You know, I want to strangle him with his trousers. Like, they make me angry. You know? Dude looks like he should be in an ABBA tribute band. You know? Like, get out of here with that shit. I'm so glad I don't have him on my account. I think the day I actually pull him, I'm uninstalling the game. So, just saying, you know? World record Changli plunge from upper atmosphere, 10.19 seconds. Holy shit. That was pretty high. That was pretty high. Lin Yang skinny development, please look forward to it. That'll be the lowest ever selling skin ever. I bet Concord sold more copies than that skin will sell. And that's saying something. Jim Puff meme is official now, Carol listening. Never noticed that, actually. I love that scene. You know, where she, like, pops that there and, like, the blossom pops as well. Calculator POV.
You put something in.
What happened to Zany there? Zany, however you pronounce it, Zany. Bro, like, everything disappeared. I know she's kind of hunching over, but, like, a boba disappeared. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. All right. I don't think there's anything really in here that's I do like this though. I like this meme. I like this new meme now that Scar's in prison making skins for Jinsei. I love it. It's a good one, this one is. I like it. Isn't Lin Yang a performer? Oh God, please don't. No, please don't. Don't make it a thing. Please don't make it a thing. You know, that'd be too much. That'd be far too much. I don't know if I could cope with it. I don't think any standard character is going to be in Rinascita. He's making a killing on them at least. Well, Jinsei's going to be taking all the cash. Roll's working for free. Jinsei's stacking that. She's got to keep pay for the upkeep of the magistrate's building somehow, hasn't she? You know? Let me have a little look here if there's anything else we can have a look at. Saying that with Sticks popping into, I still need to watch that video with Sticks talking to Saint. I never got around to watching that from either POV. Oh, actually, considering he's just reminded me as well. Actually, I did mean to watch a video from your boy Sticks. Where is it? Let's watch this one from Kaza first. This is off his more Kazahana channel.
And a lot more just kind of information in general.
Okay. We're going to watch this one off his, I think this is off his second channel. And then I was going to check out the Sticks video as well, because I did add that to my watch earlier, sorry. No wonder he's so salty, right? Was that interesting or just a nothing burger? What's that, Zinthos? We're going to watch the Infinity Nikki season 1, version 1.1 trailer as well. Because I've said it, it's going to happen. We're going to play Infinity Nikki. We're going to play it, okay? It's going to happen. I'm going to do it. We're getting our Disney princess on. We're going to don our dress. We're going to doll ourselves up. And we're going out for an adventure. And we're gonna gamble for dresses. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't watched it at all, Zinthos. I didn't see it from either. I think I was like lurking when I was doing some work when I saw that Saint said he was going to speak to Sticks, and then I seen Sticks had put up a video, but I just haven't got around to watching either. So I am interested, to be fair, because you know, personally, I like Sticks. You guys know I watch a lot of Sticks content. I'd just be curious to see what the conversation went down. But anyway, let's check this out then, shall we? Will the new Waves players are furious with his 2.0 updates? Dude kind of farming.
So it seems like Wuthering Waves have dropped even more information about version 2.0. Obviously, it's about a week away, and we're starting to get a lot more advertising for it and a lot more.
Is this about the skin prices? Is he talking about the skin prices? Are people really furious with this? Now, I know I'll put a video up questioning the price, but I'm not angry about the price. I just stated it. I was just like, I think this is expensive. You know? People are angry that I was mentioning it. But are people actually furious about the price? Are there actually people out there who are like kind of mad about the price?
More just kind of information in general about the overall update.
Probably.
And I'm very excited for what's to come. But a lot of this is to do with the actual update itself, how big it's going to be, and also what kind of compensation we're getting. So we're going to be going all in that because, again, they released this article, which is just a bunch of words. I'll be real, it isn't really like friendly to users. No.
Wait a minute, what? They've released an article that's just a bunch of words. That's how articles work, right?
No one really wants to read through all of this. So we're going to be going through some of the kind of main core stuff that you need to know about. Obviously, a lot of the stuff that they do cover
I'll admit though, like Kazana, if you watch my video, I did skip through most of it, to be fair, so you only saw a little bit of what I was talking about in the video.
It's stuff about like characters and new story quests, which we already know about, and we don't really care about that. But they pretty much put down here that the maintenance time is going to be from 4 o'clock in the morning.
Does top-up reset with 2.0? I'd like to know that, actually. Does anybody know about that? Because I've heard some people were commenting on my video saying, well, if top-up happens, the top-up reset happens, like in other gacha games, which I'm not sure which gacha game's talking about, because like it says, I haven't been around specifically for all of these things and noticed myself personally. If it does, then that's a W, Because, obviously, with the top-up bonus, are we able to get the skin for cheaper? But I've seen nothing about it. You would think it would have probably been announced with the price of the skin. And if not, that some people have been a bit critical of the price, that they would have responded by saying, FYI, there'll be a Lunite top-up bonus reset. Yeah, what's going on, Stonebud? The price is $45 at max. A lot of people are spreading misinformation about it being $50. Well, it's 50 quid after 2.1. Because it's, what is it, 3,280 or whatever it is? So it's $49.99 in the UK. If you don't have the bonus anyway, because you just literally have to buy the 50 quid one. Maybe some other combination you might be able to get that for less than 50, maybe. Because at the end of the day, the discount isn't the full price, is it? I would have just liked to got a top-up reset, if I'm honest. But anyway, all right.
Morning at 2 on the 2nd of January, sorry. To the 2nd of January, 11 o'clock. So it's going to be about I
think it's more about the fact that you can't get exact number and you pay. That is an issue, but it doesn't bother me because all games do that, really. And I'm not using that as a defense. I'm not, because it does suck. They say they get you, though, don't they? You have to, get one just a little bit less and then get another one, or spend a little bit more, and then you have that little bit left, and you usually end up spending it, and then next time you've got to get more, and it's how they get you, don't they? I'd rather it just be a dollar amount. Yeah. I would like just a direct way to buy it from the store. That way, I'm not really bothered about the price level then, because without the top-up bonus, and I get it, this is capitalism. I just don't like the idea that because I've spent money on the game, it's going to cost me more than somebody who hasn't spent money on the game. And now I know that you could say more for you, and that's fair. It's a fair comment, but it still kind of sucks, doesn't it? That somebody who's supported the game since day one, it's going to cost me more than somebody who's just been playing for the last 6 months, hasn't spent a penny on the game, and then now they get a cheaper skin. I get it. It's a way to encourage first-time spenders, which I understand that as well. But personally, obviously from my point of view, I'm just like, that stings.
For about 7 hour kind of maintenance period, which again, I don't think is too bad. That is at UTC +8, so figure that out whatever time zone you're at. So again, we go into the maintenance compensation. We got Asteroid 300, which is to be expected, and also Crystal Servant 2, which is very nice. Again, that's the kind of usual compensation we get for an update, which I think is pretty adequate. I don't think they need to really change much with that. It's only a thing for saying sorry about the.
To me, it's wild that they actually give to does every game do that? That the game's down for like an hour or two because of an update, and it's like, oh, sorry. It's like, okay, thanks.
Maintenance wait and everything like that. But also what people have been kind of excited about, or well, I think excited about, kind of focusing in on, is how big the actual update is going to be. Now, if we go down, we should be able to find it. Maybe I went past it. No, here it is. So we got the required storage space. So on PC, it's going to be 60 gigabytes for the update, which is absolutely insane. Well, no, it's required, sorry. So I'm not sure if that's the entire game or if that is just the update. I'm pretty sure it is
literally every game has maintenance conversation. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure. Because, like, to be fair, like, for the most part, like I say, because Wuthering Waves is kind of my main game, that's usually the game that I'm round when the maintenance, and usually, like other games, by the time I come back, there's usually a couple of, things in my mailbox, and I just claim all and don't even read what it says, you know what I mean?
the update. I'm not sure. Actually, no, it can't be. It can't be the update. I'm pretty sure it is just the game.
January 2nd, Kaz will have a lifetime supply of milk with the amount of gacha content coming in.
Right on PC. And
Hey, you know what though? Hopefully we're all eating good, man. I'm aiming to be like fucking farming as well, you know? Hopefully I've got good content to farm for you guys, but I'm hoping that there's some out there for me, you know, to pick up some scraps.
25 gigabytes on Android. So again, that is a very hefty game, especially over on Android or iOS actually as well. So yeah, people on mobile aren't eating very good with that one just because of how much, you know, space it takes up. Not everybody has 25 gigabytes of space on their phone.
So I say again, man, yo, this game is not a mobile game. It just happens to be on mobile, you know? I'm curious, what do you reckon? Do you reckon an Anta's coming to mobile? Because like some people was commenting to me when I was like, man, this game's going to run like shit on mobile. And some people were like, well, they haven't even announced that it's on mobile. Do you think it's gonna? I feel like it's Goru, right? Well, I guess it hasn't got Goru, excuse me, but I feel like they've been missing out on a massive audience if they didn't.
To just kind of give up. And 60 gigabytes on PC, I think that's pretty fair, to be fair.
Like, I reckon an Anta's got to be a chunky download when that game drops. You know, taken into the suburban, urban, open map. You know, the graphics look impressive. You know, the mechanics, the population density of NPCs. I feel like it's going to be a chunky installation. That is. I think mobile is still a huge part of Asia. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because I was saying, like, you know, over the next couple of years, we might start to see some of the big gacha games not being on mobile. Because, you know, places like China and Asia now, you know, especially China getting access to more consoles because consoles actually being available there now. And, you know, Southeast Asia, you know, living standards going up, people being able to afford PCs and consoles and all this sort of stuff. So potentially we might actually see some really successful gacha games that are not on mobile. Now, I still think the majority, probably like 99%, will be because you're like missing out on a massive audience. But I think, you know, over the next couple of years, we're going to start to see some insanely successful gacha games that are just literally not available on mobile.
For a, for a PC game, I think a lot of PC games at the moment.
Who is the next on the face reveal list? I don't know. Who's a VTuber that hasn't shown the face off in the space? Captain Cabinets has. I've seen Captain Cabinets. We've seen Kaza. We've seen Saint. Cloud Service is probably going to come for WuWa. Well, he did mention something about that in Reddit, didn't he? Being on a PS5, PC, iOS, Android, and Cloud. Captain a face reveal. Yeah.
Like if you think about like Fortnite and stuff like that, that's like 100 gigabytes, which is absolutely insane. So
I like
it's
Cap.
a little bit lower.
I think she's chill, man.
Maybe that is just the update. I'm not actually sure. They haven't really kind of specified it too much. Now, obviously, we got the pre-download as well. We can start pre-downloading from the 31st of on New Year's Eve, so of December. Sorry, my brain went completely blank there. They say with the pre-download feature enabled, new version pre-download appears at the start button on the launch interface. Select this option to pre-download the material. The pre-download package is about 45 gigabytes.
I don't keep it with Cap. She's chill. She has more. Oh yeah, she's based. That's what I like about it, though, man.
In size to ensure smoother decompressing and installation processes. It is recommended you have at least 60 gigabytes of spare storage on your PC. So I think the 60 gigabytes is how big the game is going to be in total. So I'm pretty sure the package is going to be about 45 gigabytes, I'm guessing, for the update. They haven't been very clear on this, to be fair, for a kind of article that is supposed to be telling us a lot about, you know, how big this is going to be.
I think the potential is, though, that like these sort of stuff, they'll probably expand, don't they? They'll give you a number and then actually with patches and updates that might go live just before the launch or just after the launch, it might bloat it.
You know, how much space is going to take up. They haven't actually been very clear. Now, obviously, a lot of the processing power and everything is going to be pretty much the same. Now, we do know that Rinascita is a very, very big region, so maybe that's the case. Maybe that's why the storage has gotten so much bigger. And there's a lot of people, they were complaining on Twitter about this, but I do think this is the combined kind of storage. Again, you can correct.
I actually watched a video on this from a game developer. I think they're working on their own engine, and they was talking about this, how compression has become a major problem in gaming nowadays, and a lot of it's down to Unreal. and just the way Unreal's designed and the way games are designed around Unreal and all the stuff that's put into games. And it's why one of the major things where we're getting massive file size for games and issues with games that should be higher frame rate now, just not being higher frame rate. You know, you've just got to look at the console generation. I'll link that video to you guys one of the days in Discord if you want, or I'll put it in the community tab on YouTube one of the days, because it's a really interesting video, actually. I got to that video by, I was watching Asmongold one of the days and he was reacting to it. Interesting video, man. Like, a lot of the stuff went over my head, but there was stuff from, like, you know, just from a gamer's point of view where I was like, okay, that makes sense. And it was really interesting, actually. And they explained a lot of the issues with modern games, with stuff like this, and it was quite eye-opening.
Me in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but it does seem like that's going to be it. But they say, yeah, the required rate is going to be 60 gigabytes for the total, which, yeah, a lot of people are confused about. A lot of people, you know, they don't care too much. I don't really care too much, you know. I reckon with Rinascita and all the areas we're getting, it's going to be pretty big anyways. So, again, we can kind of expect that. And, yeah, there was pretty much this tweet put out. Obviously, a lot of people have...
Yeah, I think if you're on PC, it doesn't really matter, does it? Obviously, if you're on mobile, though, it is definitely more, it's a bigger factor, isn't it? I think, like, they should maybe have specific posts about mobile, really, in regards to all that sort of stuff, because it definitely does matter a lot more, doesn't it? Because, you know, storage space is a much higher premium on mobile, isn't it?
Very excited for this update to come out. There's also another thing that came out, which is going to be much more beneficial for creators, you know, but like me, like...
Yeah, they were specifically talking about UE5. I think they're developing their own engine. They're saying they're looking to compete, whether they will, because, like, just how big Unreal is. But, like, they were going through a lot of things, and from a layman's point of view, it kind of made sense. Now, probably somebody who really knows what they're talking about going, he's talking bullshit, but video was very interesting, actually.
Everyone else who makes content on the game, which is the Project Wave Creator event, which again looks very, very cool. They released this, I'm pretty sure, just a couple of hours ago.
I don't know whether to apply for this at all. I don't know whether it's worth it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really think my content's up to scratch, really, if I'm honest.
I've already signed up to this because, again, it's a very good way to just kind of, you know, help out Wuthering Waves and also just make a little bit of money, maybe.
It's a good way to help out Wuthering Waves. No, it's not, bro. It's a way to get yourself some promotion and make some money.
As well.
I'm doing it
just
for
by making videos, you know? And it's really, really great. Now, obviously, they've been stepping up their game in terms of creation events and everything like that. They've said that they wanted to do that a little bit more. So, again, I think this is just the start of it. Obviously, we've had previous Project Wave kind of things in the past and everything like that, and they've also got a creator program going.
I was thinking if I did, maybe, because they do live stream stuff, but maybe like throwing one of my like theory craft videos, maybe that way, potentially.
At the moment, so again, it seems like they are making kind of steps to kind of improve their overall creator experience whenever it comes to Wuthering Waves.
When I was looking at some of the stuff, though, I don't know if like views are a determining factor. If that's the case, then it's, you know, it's not going to be about what's best. It's just going to be about what gets viewed the most, isn't it?
You can literally go down, apply. I'm pretty sure the event duration is from the 27th of you know, December, which is today. And then obviously we go to the oh my god, the applications end on the 14th of January. And then yeah, the event ends on the 9th.
Bro, acting
of
like you ain't in it
so
for the bag, right? You know, I'm doing. Oh, I got money out of it. Actually, I thought I was just helping Kuro out, man. You know.
It's quite a short event, but also it allows some creators to make a little bit of money. Maybe, you know, maybe you're a smaller creator and you want some new kind of equipment. Maybe you want a new, you know, mic or something like that to improve the quality
hookers and blow
of your videos. This would be a very good opportunity for you to do that because, again, the rewards, they actually include them down here. You know, creators will receive $100 rewards for each video entry of a maximum of two videos eligible. Then it goes 150, 200, which again is great. And there's also live stream incentives as well. If you're a live streamer, maybe you don't like making videos or recording videos, or maybe you like doing both. You know, I think there's an option to do both. I'm not sure. But yeah, you pretty much get the same rewards for doing live streams as well.
It's video. Creative incentives video. Content creators will receive rewards according to total views and total views ranking. Content creators will receive rewards according to peak concurrent viewers and live stream streak based on their respective stage. So, like, these are just based on views, then I'm assuming, yeah. Right? Or is that just something that's taken into account? Because if that's the case, then it's just going to, you know, we obviously, you know, the potential people who are going to win it, it's going to be like, what? Obviously, there might be the few odd videos where people bang a video out that gets a shit ton of views. But, like, it's probably going to narrow the pool to, like, you know, your Saint Tontasses, your I don't know, fucking, you know, whatever, you know, maybe like Sid Neymar, which, you know, I've got no issue with these people winning. I'm just saying, like, you know, Tectone, if that sort of people go into it. So, you know, if that's the case, then there's no way I'm ever going to win there. Which I'm not bothered really, because it's not loads of money. But hey, I won't turn down $200 for a fucking video.
And then finally, you have creative incentives as well. You know, content creators will receive rewards according to total views and total view rankings. So this is going to be a little bit like the Zone Zero thing that we saw with the leaderboard in terms of streams of who's getting the most watch hours, who's getting the most kind of views and stuff like that, which again is great. But yeah, it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on with the Wuthering Waves crew.
It's good for the game because it incentivizes people to I guess, stream the game more, really. I think, if anything, maybe not so much make videos, but definitely stream the game more. I think it'll definitely push people who are like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to go on a streak of streaming Wuthering Waves.
Creator kind of program, as well as again, a lot of the stuff going on with 2.0 as well. Now, obviously, I'm very excited.
They're not going to be wanting to throw cash out to people who are like getting like 1,000 views on a video when they could be like, you know, sending it to someone's way who's getting 50k plus views on a video. It makes sense.
Excited to see what kind of happens with this update in the future. Obviously, you know, there's going to be way more added to this. I'm not sure if all of the regions that got featured in the live stream are going to be added to this update.
It should have been me.
Or if this is just the start, because again, as I said, it's quite a big update, but is that going to include everything for Rinascita up until 3.0 in terms of map design? Obviously, there'll be a couple of updates for new characters being added, everything like that. But in terms of the regions coming out, will there be more regions that will have to be added in the future? I'm going to guess so, but how many of the ones we saw in the live stream are we going to see off the bat? It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see if, you know, maybe there's some other ways that Wuthering Waves can kind of sort out the storage problem, because I can kind of understand why 25 gigabytes is quite a bit for mobile, and I can see why some people are kind of upset by that. Maybe they could add some options of deleting previous story and everything like that, which some other gacha games have already started.
Somebody actually made this point in my, you know, that list that we made. Somebody made this point, didn't they? They've like, you know, is there an option to potentially delete regions? So like, you know, if you're in Rinascita and you're planning to be there, but then like it might cause an issue whether you've got to go back and do dailies in sections and stuff, and obviously things like the tower and that, and like they were saying, like, you know, could I potentially delete areas that I'm not going to be using in the game to save storage? Which is a novel idea, but it's like, would it really work in, you know, in reality?
Doing. Because again, these games are getting big, you know. It's not it's not like one of those games where they just put it out and they're like, okay, here's the game. It's about.
The thing is, it's funny though, coming from somebody who used to play Call of Duty, and now, like, you know, if you've got like the entirety of COD installed, like now you what can be like 250 gig or some shit now. This is like baby shit, really, when you think about it.
40 gigabytes, and it's not really going to get any bigger, maybe apart from some patch things, which won't even be like a gigabyte in total. But whereas there's constant patches coming out, new story, which just makes it bigger and bigger and bigger, which again is just a thing that happens with live service games and stuff like that. So maybe they can find a way to kind of combat the overall size of it, because compared to other live service games, you know, there's a lot of story and a lot of maps and a lot of characters that these kind of games are adding, these gacha games are adding, because, you know, it's a hefty kind of file size, and a lot of people are starting to feel it, you know.
Is Kaza using a Shure mic? Because I've been contemplating upgrading my mic. I know this has got nothing to do with anything, but I'm contemplating upgrading my mic because I'm still using a Yeti at the minute. And I've been thinking about getting a Shure mic. I was thinking about the SMB7 or whatever. It's pretty pricey. And there's some other Shure ones, but like I've heard nothing but good things about them. So, you know, I think it looks kind of like a Shure mic. I'm not 100 though. It might not be.
And I think a big problem that people had with a lot of the Hoyoverse games in the past was the overall file size of some of like the Genshin Impact and also Honkai Star. You know, both of them were very big games, and especially when the Honkai Star came out, people were kind of wondering, well, I can't really get both, you know, they're both quite big. And also, you know, you think there's people that play so many other gacha games as well on mobile. Well, why would they download one of the biggest ones, you know, on their phone? But again, hopefully they do kind of solve that, and hopefully, you know,
I think that's a fair point though, isn't it? I think that's definitely a barrier for some people. You know, they just haven't got the storage space on the phone, so they just won't install the game. You know, like some people might be in the position where they could have 3 of their other favourite games on their phone, or just WuWa. You know, that's a lot of people are going to be like, fuck it, I'll just have the other games on, so at least then I can play a couple of games at a time. where if I've got WuWa, I've got to clear my phone pretty much, and then always constantly at that point of like, you know, being on the verge of filling up your space, maybe.
Hear more about this creator stuff in the
Depending on your
future,
phone, obviously.
because again, it would be really cool if they can keep doing some creator events like this and maybe add some more permanent stuff to kind of help creators just create content, to be honest, because I think Wuthering Waves does need that. They do need some more, you know, people in the space, and I think it will definitely help jumpstart a lot of the Wuthering Waves algorithm, because obviously, you know, you got me and other people that make other content kind of like differently. Obviously, I do a lot of like news stuff. I cover a lot of drama stuff as well. But you got like Amethyst, who covers a lot of lore stuff, does some reacts and everything like that. We got like Cap, who does more reacts. We got Ryuku, who does his like thought pieces on Wuthering Waves, and also some other gacha games as well. So again, it's
People need to start putting more respect on Sid Neymar's name. No, I know, obviously, Amethyst does those videos. I really like Amethyst as well, and I know Amethyst is tied to with Kazan. I'm not like saying this here, but like I hear so many people that talk about lore videos, and then a lot of people miss. Like people do mention Sid, but like a lot of people miss him out as well. Like, dude, he's the fucking lore master in this space, in my opinion. I don't think anybody's close to what he's doing at the minute.
it's would be really cool to have some other people in there, either doing the same
They don't know
similar
of
kind
anyway,
of
there might
stuff,
be other
or
people
even
doing
just
it.
like doing some new stuff. Like obviously we've got Sydney Mara at the moment doing like lore,
Hey,
more
there we
lore
go.
stuff. So
There
it'd be
we
cool
go.
to see more lore kind of creators, because again, lore isn't very big in the Wuthering Waves community at the moment. So maybe we'll see some of that, maybe we won't. But again, I just want to keep you guys up to date. I just want to keep you guys up to date, sorry, with what was going on with Wuthering Waves and everything with 2.0, because again, this is very exciting. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that the file size is a little bit too big? Do you think the compensation maybe isn't good enough or something like that? Because I think the compensation is fine. I think it's more the file size is what people are complaining about. But overall, I think it's a pretty good, you know, start to an update and a start to an update maintenance. So yeah, that's what I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And also go to Gamer Subs. I don't think I've even plugged this.
Yeah. Pretty much some of the stuff we went through earlier, but it's went a little bit more in depth. Most of the cheaper devices have 128 gig or 254 gig, and 128 gig seems like not enough nowadays if you have two big games. Is he now his room quiet since the 2.0 info? He's cooking something big, you reckon? He potentially. Dude does do some quality content, man. Really does. I like his stuff, man. I think he's one of the best out there at doing that sort of stuff. Well researched as well. I really liked his video on the, you know, the actual Kuro Studios video, because I'd like to see more of that sort of stuff in the gacha space in general. I'm not even just talking about Wuthering Waves here. You know, like that sort of like, it's almost like a documentary sort of like news special. I like that. It's almost got like a TV format to it. That sort of content I think is really cool to see people doing, and it was high quality as well. Like I really like the way he went about doing that video, if I'm honest. There you go. Not bad. All right, let's check out these then, shall we? As somebody who's going to be delving into my Disney princess arc very, very soon, okay? I've got to do it, you know me. I've got to try it out. People have been saying it for ages. Play the game. I'm going to play the game, okay? We're going to be doing our dress up. Infinity Nikki version 1.1 official shooting star season trailer. Let's see what they're cooking then, shall we, lads? Any in chat as well as watched as played these guys. What do you reckon to the game as well? Because I've heard like lots of positive things about the game, if I'm honest. Some people saying that it's not necessarily for them, but they, you know, they've come out with like a lot of positive comments. Question: does this have co-op? Does this game have co-op? Because this would be something I'd love to play with Rosie.
When the
It's very
first
pretty,
shooting
isn't it?
star streaks across the sky, preparations for the Wish Festival officially begin.
That'll be us,
Everyone's busy
boys.
celebrating
That'll be us rocking in the place in our cute dress, ready to do what we gotta do.
the Wish Festival.
Let's ride on the grand train and head to the wishing area.
Okay, that's kind of cool. It's got a very magical vibe to it, hasn't it? I must say, you know.
Whoa, we're so close to the shooting stars.
Is that our Paimon then? I'm not gonna gonna lie, man. It's a shame the gacha revenue chart got EOS'd. You know, I think it sucks. Is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a fucking drama farming chaos prick. I think it sucks that we've got no like gacha revenue now, and I wish we'd still got it. I do. It's the most masculine gacha game, right? Full of testosterone, man. Only alphas play Infinity, Nikki. It's not a game for girls. It's not a game for girls. Some of the outfit designs are incredibly freaking intricate though, aren't they? Makes sense though, because it is like a dress gacha game, isn't it, really?
May the shooting stars shine upon everyone's wishes.
I didn't have a clue what the fuck was going on there, but yeah.
So recently, Wuthering Waves has been gaining a lot of popularity.
You know, I'm gonna play. We're gonna play it this weekend. We're gonna play. I'm gonna check it out. I mean, Gacha revenue charts. The comments are always great. Yeah, man, I think it was brilliant. I do. It kind of sucks that it's gone. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of shitty the way it went as well, because I think the dude he's like threatened, didn't he? I think people like doxing the dude and threatening him. Yeah. It's a chill game. It does look pretty chill, man. It really does look chill. I still need to do one cause story quest. We need to do that before 2.0, chat. We need to make that happen. It's what Saint wanted. It's funny though, because like Saint had a massive problem with it because of like the PvP, and obviously I know I think he more saw it as like it was misinformation, which whatever. But dude went on a PvP spree after it went down, didn't he? Yeah, I'd like to see it back. I hope somebody else sets one up. I'm not gonna lie. It was like arted fun, I think. Some people really didn't like it, which I can get. But I just saw it as like light-hearted fun. Each month. It was kind of funny.
And maybe what you guys should prepare for. It does look like they are heading in the direction of EOS, but it hasn't been confirmed. And why would it be confirmed by any business owner? Why
That's
would
fair.
you...
So some people was actually saying to me I should watch the Gateo version or Gateo version video, sorry, talking about the Terra Fantasy situation. I think Jello Impact had like a normal based take about it, where he doesn't like the gacha revenue chart and didn't call for EOS or anything. So I think Saint went about it poorly. Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I understand, you know, the connotations around it because it was used for PvP. Because like for me, I think PvP is fine when it's light-hearted, you know, poking fun at other games, poking fun at other communities, making memes, you know, just light-heartedly taking the piss basically. At the end of that, I'm British, you know. And anybody who doesn't know, and most people who are not British probably know, British people love banter. We love to take the piss. It's what we do. So, like, I love that sort of stuff. But I do understand that some people took it too far. You know, they did, didn't they? And I can understand a lot of people not liking that because it did cause a lot of community vitriol, you know, and clashes between communities and stuff, which obviously... He's not great, I guess, for some people, but then again, for me, from the outside, it's kind of funny, you know? I heard the Gateo video was clickbait. Yeah, some people's... I don't know if, like, he cleared things up about this, the stuff with Terra Fantasy, though, but I don't know if he's necessarily the right person to go to, because he's heavily invested in, you know, Terra Fantasy, like, being seen as positive, isn't he? Because that's really all he does, isn't he? Oh, no, he does other stuff, but he's the guy, isn't he? He's the TOF guy. And I don't think, well, I don't know, it's hard to say, isn't he? It just doesn't look good for Terra Fantasy, does it? You know, stuff that they're doing, as Gacha said there, it doesn't mean it's EOS, but it's the sort of stuff that happens before a game does EOS. But I guess we'll see what happens. You know, once they get like the servers back in their hands and the next few months go from there. I mean, Mr. Poke's doing gacha revenue, so it's not gone. Yeah, it's just not the same, is it though? You know, it's just not the same. As a content creator, like I enjoyed that monthly thing of like, ooh, you know, we've got the gacha revenue charts. Who's about to lose the shit this month? What's going on, Raker? But even after the gacha revenue's gone, it's not like the community's got even better, huh? At least these people had a place to... Exactly, right, it's true. You know, that's why I said before, like, a lot of the people who had issues with the gacha revenue charts as well spent the rest of the month enjoying dabbling in PvP. And what I mean by that, enjoying comparing games, which I do all the time. Like, I'm not trying to pretend I'm some moral standout here. Like, I do that all the time. But I try to do things as light-hearted as possible without really like being a prick about things. But yeah, like people will spend the whole month pitting WuWa community against Genshin. Then the gacha revenue will drop and they'll be like, oh man, this is toxic. It's just like, what? Come on now. Yeah, see, like, I actually find the revenue charts interesting because for me, I think they're just more valuable to look at trends or an estimated trend. Of course, we're never going to know the exact numbers, but I always thought, you know, it's a good way just to see where games are going more than anything, really. You know, the exact data could be wildly wrong, could be a little bit closer sometimes, but I think the actual... You know, the trends are probably somewhat indicative to a degree. How different they are could probably be drastically different, but you know, I think they were indicative of the trends. To be fair, ever finished pointing at Terra Fancy EOS? And to be fair, yeah. What? It's hard to say. Like, it just doesn't look good, does he? You know. As I say, them taking back control of the IP. I guess you can look at it as like, this is a good thing. They've got, you know, control over it. But then you think, well, why would Tencent want to get away from that? You know? And I think the only answer that you can conclude from it really is they just don't see it as a profitable venture for them anymore, which I think's telling because, you know, we never needs to Evany's coming out as well. I think it's just a matter of time, really. I wouldn't be surprised that once Never Needs to Evanish drops, if it doesn't happen before that, it'll probably happen not long after Never Needs to Evanish drops. But you know, maybe not. You know, we might be here in 2 years' time, and Terra Fancy might still be chugging on. You know, and I like I say, I hope it does. I'm not one of these people that take, because like some people I think take pleasure in seeing certain games fail. I don't. Because the way I see it, there's some people who enjoy it and have lost a game that they enjoy playing. And as somebody who enjoys games, yeah, it sucks to have not be able to play a game that you enjoy playing anymore, doesn't it? You know, I guess we can all hope that it doesn't happen, but as you say, the writing is starting to show on the wall, isn't it? And none of it's really great. I suppose, like I say, you can have that argument that, well, they have control of the IP again, so, you know, it's in their hands now, what happens. But, yeah. I think it's just a franchise that's just stagnating. I just don't think it's ever going to be taken from that. You know, well, I wouldn't bet things on it because I'm not a betting man. But I would figuratively bet my house on it, or, you know, or whatever, that it's just not going to be blowing up in the future. But I'm not going to do that because I've got terrible luck. It'll probably turn around and it'll be killing it in the next 12 months. Yeah, has anybody got anything that's worth having a look at anyway in the gacha space? In the gacha space, is there anything to look into? Anything interesting? Dude, I ain't played Star Rail in ages, man. I've just got like no clue what the crack is in Star Rail anymore. You know what I mean? The meta, the characters, what's going on. I just don't know. I just don't know. You know what? Let's watch a Steelhog video. It's been a while since we watched your boy Steelhog. I like Steelhog. Let's see what he's got to say. The new Jinsei skin might change Wuthering Waves forever.
We
Forever.
finally have so many news about the new skin for Genshi, how the skin looks like, the changes to the weapon, the avatar, the idol animations, the gameplay. There's a lot of things that we can talk about, and not only that, they also dropped a trailer for it. And I'm not gonna lie, for the
Bro, that trailer was such a thirst trap, wasn't he? Right? You know, especially the ending. Like, bro, they really turned the magistrate into my waifu, right? She just serves us now, right?
first skin, they're doing a
Make me a cup of tea and
They're
squeeze
giving
my feet.
A very good budget for making skins, and I am a very, very big advocate for skins because
It is
this
gorgeous,
a
though.
good way to monetize your game. Now the thing is, the skin looks
Agree.
way better
Agree.
this trailer, you know, compared to the original art that we saw here. It's kind of pink here, like.
See, like, I think the art was a bit of a bad piece of art because it really didn't show the skin off very good, did it? It was kind of like, you know, it felt like everything was kind of like blurred into everything. It was a bit of a mess. You know, it was a noisy image to show off. But I think the thing is, even though the splash arts improved drastically in Wuthering Waves, I think because the in-game models look so good, the splash art just never does the characters justice, does it? You know, I think really they're really, you know, got to make sure, well, they do because they do the showcases, but they've got to make sure that, like, you know, that they get every character in a good trailer like that. And I think as well, showing a little bit of in-game footage as well would be a good thing to do in the videos because the 3D models look amazing in-game. And the splash art just never does it justice.
Pink here, like, this is better, you know, this looks way better with the white, and yeah, that's a very cool skin.
And the splash arts look
And
good.
the
Oh, they look good. I just think with how good the skins look in game, they just don't do it justice.
thing is, it's not only a change of colors or just adding something.
Phoebe looks
you
better than I
know,
thought
it
she
has
would in
also
game.
some
Dude, I'm a Phoebe fan, man. I think she looks great. Big fan.
effects, and it changes every single ability. But there's one big
Well, devs did make 10-year plan for CN, Terra Fancy. Like, if they have money, game will run and they will join in their global Terra Fancy Fenty files and they run out of money, then it will EOS, to be honest. Yeah, like I say, you never know. Again, a few years, we might look, you know, come back in a few years' time and Terra Fancy's just chugging along with no issues.
problem
And I hope
that
it-
I
I
have
hope
to
it
talk
is.
about in the end, but bear with me here. Let's talk about the skin first, because there's a lot of good things to talk about. So first of all, if you have the Jinsei weapon, it will change colors. It looks good with the cherry blossoms. It's cool. You will also get the sigil and an avatar. So it's not only the skin. Now, the skin is also changing the
That's something you need to know. It's not only the skin. People wanting to make sure I kept understanding this, even though I understood this. It's not just the skin, it's a bundle.
idol
'cause you got two
animations, and
JPEGs.
also there is a little showcase for the gameplay. So there's a lot of animations here. It's not only a
Whoa.
change of colors for Genshi, it's also changing
animations are
colors
sick,
for
though.
the dragon with some firework effects. It's good. It's like a festival thing. That is something I'm so
She does look gorgeous, though, man. I'm here for it.
excited about because they are doing a good job. For the first skin, this is the first premium skin for the game, and they already are doing good. Now we have the ability here, and as we see, there
The profile stuff is so nothing, right? People kept having to make sure it's a bundle. It's a bundle. It's like, yeah, sorry, I did forget the 2 JPEGs. My bad.
is more animation, there is more changes, and I hope we can see through
Sorry,
them. I hope it's not
sorry.
distracting.
That makes all
But
the
other than
difference.
that, it
I
looks
like the
so
fireworks. Yeah, it's good,
beautiful,
isn't it?
because
It
if
is
we look
good.
at the game, just for people who do not remember, this is
Man, I love Jinsei, man. Like, I like the new skin, but there's something about the OG Jinsei. Like, I wish that the skin for Jinsei was kind of like a Noelle skin, where she was kind of like in a Battle Maiden Paladin's armor. Oh my god, it would have looked so good.
how the Genshi animation should look like. This is how she looks, and this, as you see here, yep, doesn't have the fireworks, doesn't have all of that. It's beautiful, of course, but all I'm saying here, there's a lot of good thing. Look at this. Also, this is changed, and I think she also walks on the flowers here. Yep, it's also changed. So there's a lot and a lot of good details that they're adding to the skin, with also the ultimate being changed. And if you
I think my only negative about it, and I wouldn't say it's a negative, it's just a lack of something that I would have liked, is that I just wish the skin had have had a different mesh. That's all. Like I'm happy with the skin overall. I'm just gutted that the sword didn't look different. I think it's a missed opportunity, and I hope in future we start to see that. Or if they don't do it with the premium skins, they start selling premium weapon skins that change the look of the weapon altogether. So I think they're missing out on something there. As somebody who plays a game like Valorant, where the weapon skins in that make weapons look totally different, they're not just like a skin, they look totally different. I think that's a massive selling point, in my opinion. And we've already seen that they're willing to do it in the game on the 4-star, because we've seen the 4-star skin, haven't we, with the little cat paw and the invisible ones. They're literally different shaped weapons to the standard weapon, or the standard weapon, should I say. So, you know, we've got a precedent set. So I would like to see that.
look here, it's very different. There's no much. Okay, it's so beautiful. I think this is the best ultimate in the game, by the way. But what I'm saying is, it's different here. And I think that starting with Jinshi is a very, very smart move, because I think that Jinshi is the most loved character in the game. I think she is kind of the most popular. Yes,
Is she? I think from a meta standpoint, maybe. I always thought people were really into Changli. But like, Jinshi is my favourite character, not just from a meta standpoint. It's like a waifu standpoint. I fucking love her design. Like, I think she's brilliant, man.
I know that Lin started the game, but I think Jinshi is a very good choice, especially that she is kind of the most powerful, or one of the most powerful characters. So making a rerun for her and giving her a skin, since she's probably the most used character in the game, is a very good move. And we should remember that they also made this for San, who had the best 4-star in the game. But let's move to the important thing, the price of the skin. Is it a gacha skin? Is it very expensive? And here it's like for 2,680 Lunites, and when 2.0 goes live, it's gonna be for 3,280. This means that the price for this is like $35 in 2.0. Now, of course, I'm not talking to people who have the double, because if you have the double, you probably can buy it for like $30 even after the end of the version. But after the end of the version, if you don't have the double top up, you can buy it for $50. But for now, it's like $35. The one problem with this is that if you buy the pack of $30 and then the pack of $5, you're gonna be having like 200 asteroids less, or 180 or something like that. I'ma be real, that's scummy, okay? I think this is a bad move.
Oh, alright, Stjorg. That's it, mate. I hope fucking people are flaming you in your chat. I hope people are flaming you. Oh, look at that. That's what I need to do. I've got to learn from the pros, right? I start the video, I simp, then I say the price sucks, and then I just carry on. My problem was that I said the price sucked, and then I simped, and everybody watched the first 30 seconds of the video and went, fuck you, bro. You know?
I hope they add like another panel or something, like something here that we can buy the Jinshi for like $35. I don't like this. No one will like this.
I'm still a noob, you know? I'm a Padawan. I need to get to the master stage. I've got to put my you got to do it like you would in a work situation, you know? You got to, what is it? It's a critique sandwich. You like, what is it they're saying that? You do a positive, and then you hit them with a critique, and then you hit them with a positive. So they start off and they feel good, and then you let them know the problem, and then you end the meeting with them feeling good. I've got to do that for the content, right? I've got to be like, oh, this is great, guys, this is great. This sucks. Oh, it's amazing. And then everybody goes, oh, man, actually, you're right, Pix. You're right.
I guess you can just buy some $1 packs, but let's be real.
You got to butter the bread before you bite it, right?
$35 price, and yeah. But I don't think Kuro will do like a very bad move with this. And if they did, they're gonna fix it. It's because the community is gonna rage. But let's consider that it's a $35 skin. I'ma be real, that's a very good price, okay? If we're getting it at $35.
I agree, because I said this before. Even though it's still expensive, objectively it's expensive, you know. Now whether you think it's worth it's a different question. Even though it's worth it to me, I still think it's expensive. I said that I expect 5-star premium skins to be anywhere between £25 to £35, and if it was in that area, I would have no qualms at all. 50 personally, it's a little bit on the steeper end. I know people will say, well, it's cheaper than others, it does more than others. Fair enough. I still think 50 quid for a skin, it's kind of pricey. It's kind of pricey.
That is a very good price for a skin. It's not gacha and it has so many animations. You can compare this to Overwatch, you can compare this to League of Legends, you can compare this to Valorant. Okay, maybe not Valorant, it's way more expensive there, but yeah, even
This is true. This is true. This is why, like, you know, people are saying, you know, what's it? Oh, you don't understand, man, about skin prices. This is gacha and blah, blah, blah. You obviously haven't played other games. Like, bro, trust me, I know about skin prices. I've fucking played plenty of games where I've wasted a lot of money in video games. I've got no regrets, but I've played Valorant, you know, I've wasted money in that. I've wasted money in games like freaking Fortnite, COD, you know, pretty much every game that's been free to play that I've spent more than 20 hours playing, I've spent money on something in the game.
even in Valorant, like $35 is a very good price for a skin that's gonna change animations, that's gonna change, of course, the color, and that's gonna add more details, and of course coming.
Well, like the thing is, for the upper premium skins in Valorant, you're getting a whole weapon mesh. You're typically getting a different reticule. You're getting different sounds, different reload animation, audio and visual bullet traces. You're getting customize death animations for the 5th kill. You know, so like there's a lot to those as well. You know, like I say, you can argue compared to skins in Call of Duty, something in Valorant does a lot more. It's still fucking expensive though.
With the bonus avatar and sigil, this is a good price. So I think that it's worth it. I really love this monetization strategy. I hope this really works and succeeds, because if Kuro makes way more skins, it's gonna be very good. They're gonna make way more money, and you know, if they have another way to make money, they will make gacha a little less annoying, because if they don't just...
Will, though, that's a question, because Charlie said this, and I think it's a good point. If you've got a really good skin system that makes a lot of money, right? Now, whatever the price may be, we'll just take that out of the situation. Let's just say that the skin system's super popular, and I hope it is, right? And it makes them a lot of money, and that substitutes having a less aggressive gacha system. And let's face it, Wuthering Waves has got a pretty decent gacha system, really. No 50-50 on the weapons. The pit is pretty decent. You know, it's got a pretty decent gacha system. Do we really think that the gacha system will get better? I don't think it will, personally. I might be wrong. Maybe Kuro will be like, yo, we're making so much money on skins, we're going to improve the gacha system. I just don't think that'd happen. I think the gacha system will stay as it is, because most people see it as a fair system. But I hope they do make money on it, honestly. I hope they do. Because I do like Kuro, I do. And even though I think it's expensive, I still do hope they're successful with what they do, as long as they're, you know, they make it viable. And as long as they have, you know, regular sales on the skins as well, because they probably will. I'm sure there'll probably be like deep discounts quite regularly if Kuro carry on doing the things they're doing. I wouldn't be surprised in a few months' time you see that skin potentially up to like 50% off or something like that, you know, which would be really good to see.
Rely on gacha. Now they have other ways to make money. They now have another way to be more generous, or to be just as generous as they are now. So I'm so excited to see the Genshi skin succeed, because that's gonna be very good for the game. That's gonna tell Kuro that, yo, we like skins are very good, just make more of them. And I think they have experience with.
And hopefully we get like a lot of 4-star skins as well, or even 5-star skins that are like not the full-on premium, like maybe they don't have the VFXs and stuff like that, and they're just a little bit cheaper. You know, I'd be happy with like 3 tiers of skins: 4-star skins, 5-star basic skins, and then the 5-star premium skins where it's like skin, VFX, all that sort of stuff, like, you know what I mean? And they go all out on it. I think that'd be a good system to have then, so you got like 3 tiers, so you can get skins for your 4-star players. They could even maybe add 4-star skins at the end of the podcast. That'd maybe incentivize a lot of people to buy the podcast every month then. If at the end of the podcast there was a 4-star skin. I think that anyway. As somebody who buys the podcast every month, I'm probably not going to finish it this month, actually. It's only the second time I've done that. But if I had a skin at the end of the podcast, I would make sure I grinded that podcast every month to get the skin, because it'd be worth it. And I feel like there'd be a lot of people who don't buy the podcast now who'd be like, yes, I'm getting that now. A tenner a month, and I get a skin each month for a tenner. That's a bargain.
with that with Punishing Grey Raven, so they know what they're doing. And who knows, maybe we get a skin for Chang-Li. I like the Chang-Li gameplay more for me, although I don't know what can top the current skin for Chang-Li. I don't know, but let's imagine, guys, like having a skin for Chang-Li, having a skin for Shorekeeper, a skin for Shan Liao. I think that's gonna be a very good.
I think it will be a smart decision to make a skin quite soon for Yao, because obviously it was free. A lot of people got access to him. He's a really good character. I think that'd probably be a really good seller if they did a Zhang Li Yao skin.
Good thing he has so much potential to change the skin here. Yin Lin, the same thing. And let's not forget the free 4-star weapons. Sanhua's skin looks very good, so getting a skin for dungeon is gonna be cool, and even a premium skin for the 4-star characters. So if a 5-star premium skin works, we can get a skin for $10 that has some animations for 4-star characters, or even.
I don't think it'll be that cheap, but maybe I'll be wrong. But that's a bargain, I think.
$15, and the free skins are just.
You had to pull for Zhang Li Yao. Did you miss the event, did you? If you want a skin, you need character. You want more skins, you need more characters. It just makes you want characters more, and maybe spend on characters just to pull the skin. Well, yeah. It's like this. It's this cyclical thing, isn't it? Of like, you know, you're more likely to like. I was thinking this would be a smart thing in the future. You know, where we're having character reruns. When the character rerun comes around, you know, like say Jinsei. You know, when Jinsei comes back around again, the skin gets discounted. You're more likely to be like, ooh, I haven't got Jinsei. I would like to get. Oh man, the skin's on discount at the minute as well. Fuck it, I'm gonna pull for it, and then I'm buying the skin as well.
Just a change of color, or you can get the change of color for free, just like Sanhua, and get the animations for like $5. They can add so many microtransactions to the game that is not that bad. Microtransaction can be very good in a game if it's presented that way. Now, of course, it should be worth it to the devs. I know that. So that's why we're gonna see how the Jinshi skin's gonna do, because I think that they're going all in. They're giving Jinshi so much time and budget for just her skin, and if they keep going that way, I think that's a very good route for the game. The only problem, as I said, is that this is considering the skin being $35. Okay, yes, it's $50 after, there's no problem, but $35, please let us buy it for $35 and not just keep on buying too much Lunite just to fill it up, or like buy it for
free. Agree. This was like what I said in my video and in the comments. That would like, even though I still think it's expensive objectively in my opinion, I still think it's worth it even through the Lunite. If I could just directly buy it, I think that's a much better solution personally, and it stops this difference as well. Because if we don't get a Lunite reset, I think one of the biggest factors that, obviously it's a personal thing, and you know it's a me problem, I get it, but because I've spent money on the bundles, and the only bundle I haven't bought is the £100 bundle, it's going to cost me more to buy the skin than somebody who hasn't supported the game. Which personally, from our point of view, obviously other people will see it different, and it's a way to get people who haven't spent to spend. I feel like that's a bit unfair for me, you know, because I've supported the game. Now I have to spend more than somebody who hasn't supported the game. So a direct purchase, I think, would be a bit more fair.
$45 because we have to buy 2 packs, you know? So I have a question for all of you. Which skin do you want to see next? And which one, like, you like the comment that you see? If, for example, if someone says Yinlin, you like the comment, you know? So let's put a comment for which skin you want to see the most. I don't know, Kuro sees that and they go like, okay, they want this. Or I think Kuro, of course, have their data, but maybe as a community, we know exactly
I love this cutscene as well, man, this trailer.
What's next for skins. For me, I think Shan-Li is a good call, but maybe we get another character that has more potential than her. And yeah, that's basically my opinion about.
It's like, what do we think? Who's next? Who's next? I'm thinking it would make sense for it to be Zhang Li Yao. Then Chang Li as well, you know? Like, in my head, I'd be like, I really like Jian, but I think Jian didn't sell well on both his banners, did he? So it's like, are they going to want to get the skin for Jian? Because, do you know what? I'd love a Jian. Like, I'd love the dragon coming in and being red or something. That'd be fucking sick, man. You know? He's not the emerald general anymore. He's like the ruby fucking general or some shit. Ling Yang, ban that guy!
The new Jinshi stuff, and I'm very excited for it. Anyway, that was the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.
Yeah, I think I agree with pretty much everything he said there. If I'm honest, I do. Yeah, I think it's totally fair. That it would be better to purchase it directly. I think anybody who's like against that, why? It's just silly. It sucks that somebody who supported the game has to spend more if we don't get the reset, of course. And I still think £50 is a lot of money for a skin. Even £35 is a lot of money for the skin. I'm still gonna buy it, but I'm just, I think it's a statement that's worth saying. Yeah, man. Yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out Steorg as well, go show him some love, man. Great content creator. Oh, yo, we was talking about fucking Sid. He's made a video. Yo, what's going on, Surajit? Welcome to the stream. Steorg is a bum. You're a bum. I'm a bum. Just a brokey, man. You think it's expensive? Oh, fucking just support Crow, man. Get your money up. Start farming. You fucking pussy. I'm hoping that we will get some more info from WuWa tomorrow then. Yeah. Carlotta's static mist weapon, correct. I'm not too sure what the name is of Carlotta's weapon, if I'm honest. Has it told us on the website? I don't think it's the static mist, is it? What's the name of a weapon? Fuck. Did we get them? I don't think we did, do we? Oh, there we go. New weapons, The Last Dance. So I'm assuming The Last Dance is the name of her weapon. Then is it tragic comedy is going to be for Cheers. The Last Dance is Carlotta's 5-star weapon. Static makes a fat stand. I thought so. Somebody doesn't really. I'm not really. What's it with the range weapons? But yeah. The Last Dance. I got the big surges last night. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to skip both the weapons again. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to skip both the weapons because I'm like 60 pulls in to String Master now, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I think I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna go all in on Carlotta, and I'm just gonna, I've got what 20 pulls to get a weapon. That gun just looks way too clean. It does look good, doesn't it? Do it. Yeah, triggered me. Fucking weapon banners, man. Any of you guys ever watched Samurai Cop? Fucking hilarious. Terrible movie, but it's so bad it's good, So bad it's good. the fuck is that? Sticks was just in chat as well. Nice to see him. I think I've got that standing in 78 fucking pools. Yeah, I don't know where I'm at, man. Don't know where I'm at. I think I'm around about 60 markish. But I'm just like, I'm at that what's it there where I'm like, I don't care. Fuck it. I'm just gonna wait and go all in on Carlotta. You know? Camellia done, weapon done. Yeah, I got Cammy done. So like, I'm like, my plan was I was going to try and get String Master and what is it, the Abyss Surge or Verity's Handle? Is it Yao's weapon? This is not to be. And I'm at the point where that's where 90% of my currency gets wasted is in the banners. And it's kind of annoying me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game. Especially if you want me to buy that fucking skin. Let's have a look where we're at. Room 1. Where are we? 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Just short of 60. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. We're into soft, about to enter soft pity. And I'm like, no, not doing it. No, not happening. I'm not going to finish this off this month either as well. Only got to 56. I've been slacking, boys. I've been slacking big time, man. How long's left on the Depths of Elusive Realm as well? I need to finish this off, man. I really have slacked this patch. Like, I've done fuck all, man. We need, over the weekend, we've got to fucking spam it, boys. We've got to spam it. I'm gonna, this weekend, the plan is, what we're gonna do, we're gonna play Infinity Nikki. And I think we're gonna bash a bit of Wuthering Waves. You reckon? Bit of WuWa and Disney Princess. You pulling for Carlotta? Damn straight I'm pulling for Carlotta. I'm all over that. I'm thinking really, I want to get both of them if I'm honest. After seeing Rochia's gameplay. She looks really good, man. And I want to get Carlotta's weapon. So, yeah. Fuck is this? Action Hero VR game.
Cut! Raptors! More teeth! A great actor
I've been thinking about getting a new VR headset.
takes it slow. Analyze the scene, then act. Find your rhythm and look good doing it. Show me what you can really do.
No, it looks kind of fun.
Who left that there?
I suppose with the pretty basic visuals as well, it probably runs really well, doesn't it? That was straight out of Matrix, wasn't he? That shit's straight out of the second Matrix film, yeah. Looks random as fuck. Looks random as fuck, but yeah. I suppose in VR it probably could be kind of fun. Why ZZZ is one of the best gacha games currently for me. He's got to put that in there. Don't roast me. Don't roast me. Yeah, let's check this out actually. Have I watched one of their videos before? Alright, let's check this out. I believe I've watched one of Further Beyond Gaming's videos before. Why Zenly Zone Zero is one of the best gacha games currently for me. Just to let you know, that's for him. So before anybody gets mad, for him. But let's just gonna say, I do think Zenly Zone Zero is in a really good state right now. It's actually pretty fire.
Hey yo, what is up FPG fam? Further here, and I just wanted to simply talk about why I think Triple Z Zenless Zone Zero is absolutely peak at the moment. For me personally, I think this game is incredible. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I am tremendous.
Even though I haven't caught up at the minute, I'm still going through 1.2. The stuff that they've added in that I've been playing like outside of the story, it is really good. Miyabi is sick. I know the power creep. I don't give a fuck. She's so fun to play. And again, the storytelling, the universe, the world, the characters, the cutscenes clear everything. In my opinion, the cutscenes do. The game's just in a really good state right now.
Tremendously addicted at the moment, and I just wanted to give the reasons why, kind of as like a returning player to the game, for patch 1.4 and Miyabi and everything that's been happening, and why I've been enjoying this game so much, and why I think currently, now this is just my opinion, maybe a hot take, I think Triple Z Zenless Zone Zero is one of the best gacha games on the market currently. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. I do hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's go ahead and hop into it with it.
I don't know if that's a hot take, man. You know, really, like, obviously I know you've got some of the other ones, but let's say out of the big four, shall we say, you know, with Genshin, Star Rail, WuWa, Zenly Zone Zero. For me at the mini, I feel like out of those four games, ZZZ and WuWa stand above the other two. You know, I know Hoyo just kind of does its thing continually, but I feel like those two are in the best stead in that regard. Then obviously, you know, you got things like PGR, Aether Gazer, a bunch of other games that are doing good things, but I don't think it's that big of a hot take, if I'm honest. WuWa is still my favourite, but when I've been playing ZZZ recently, oh, it's really caught up.
A bit of a lore and backstory of my history with the game. I was in some of the closed betas, played the game on launch, but did fall off. 6 months of IRL stuff that was happening. I was not content creating in general for that time period, but
yo, some of the mini games are great in PGR.
I kind of fell out of it because of the TV system, you know, taking you out of the immersion of the game and some other things that were happening that I just didn't enjoy the game.
You know what? Hot take, I like the TV system. Now, let me just clarify. I don't like the way the TV system was implemented. I think as a storytelling mechanic, it lacked a lot. It left a lot to be desired, right? But I like the TV system. I think it's got a lot of potential to be used in like a minigame type system. It's quite unique, and I actually kind of like it. Now, as like a little side thing that's optional to gather materials and whatever, and to be linked into other potential modes. Being a part of the storytelling, not so much. But yeah, I kind of like the TV system. I see a lot of people saying, yeah, if you like the TV system, you're fucking crazy. I think it's kind of fun, just not for the story.
Game that much. Gameplay was always top tier for me, but those things, the cons were outweighing the pro at that time. So I wasn't playing Triple Z for a very long time, and then I was getting a lot of good news or feedback about patch 1.4 and Miyabi and all of that good stuff. So
I like the character design in Zenly Zone Zero as well.
I did enjoy the game. Let me give it another shot, and I'm so glad I did. Now, the first thing that I did want to go ahead and talk about on the reason why I'm addicted to the game and why I've been enjoying it so much is simply the combat, which I spoke about just previously.
Combat is good.
The combat is top tier for me. It is a 10 out of 10. If you've been on the channel for any amount of time, you know I like fast, you know I like flashy, you know I like...
I don't know about 10 out of 10. I don't know about a 10 out of 10, but it's pretty darn good. The way I'll see 10 out of 10 for me is perfect. I wouldn't go as far to say perfect, but it's pretty darn good if I'm honest. Like for me, in terms of action combat in the gacha space, I think WuWa, PGR, Zenless Zone Zero, and Aether Gazer are probably the best action combat games. I'd probably say it's hard to say though, man, because they're all a little bit different. Wuthering Waves probably pips it for me. PGR and Zenless, fucking good though, man. PGR, like, oh man, PGR is, every time I play PGR, it's just like, oh dude, this is so fucking anime, you know what I mean? So anime. But I really like Aether Gazer's combat as well. Now, it's probably the weakest out of the 4, but it's still really good though, man. It's really smooth as well. Like, I've got to get back to Aether Gazer. I think that's an underrated game, I do. It's a really nice little game, that is.
Saucy, and this game has all of it for me. And whenever I play Triple Z, let me know your thoughts. But every time I play Triple Z and then I go play a different game, other games feel incredibly slow in comparison. It almost feels as if I'm stuck in the mud or I'm in quicksand. It almost feels as if the controls and the game are fighting against me. And then I come back to Triple Z and it feels so fast, flat.
Problem is, mate, you're using a pad, you know, just saying.
Fluid, saucy, all that good stuff that I really enjoy in an ARPG and action game. The game just feels very intuitive, very precise. The button inputs feel very precise. It just, I don't know, it feels top tier for me, just in general, in my opinion. And once again, the animations are incredible. The chain attacks are very fun to pull off. And the combat and gameplay is one that I know
Miyabi's combat, the gameplay progression in terms of animations, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see.
Easy.
PGR's done a good job of that as well. And I think Gazer,
understandable, and it definitely
you know, the actual
right?
animations, gameplay progression wise, is insane.
Is a game where it's as complicated as you want it to be. And what I mean by that, in other words, is that the game can be as easy as you want it to be. So if you want to button mash, you can certainly do that. If you just want to do the EX skill into an ultimate, into more button mashing, by all means, you can do that and have great success, just depending on your build and your characters. But if you want to go a little more in depth, if you want to get a little more nuance, you certainly can with this game, because it allows.
I think that's a fair point, actually. I said this when I first started playing the game. It almost felt like the game rug pulls you in a way, because it's like the game teaches you to be super unga bunga at the start, which is fine. But then, like, you get it to a point where it's like you don't have to, like you said, you can clear stuff, but it just, there's this extra nuance there. The game never really tells you about it, if that makes sense. It's just there, and it's there if you want to discover it for yourself, which I think is kind of cool about the game. Where, like, Wuthering Waves, I feel like definitely got in a more of a direction to tell you about the nuances, and then, you know, the extra tech you can learn yourself, where I definitely feel like ZZZ is just like, yo, unga bunga the shit out of this if you want to, but there's a bigger way to play the game.
Allows you to do that. If you want to pull off some saucy combos, if you want to do stuff that a day one player wouldn't even know you can do, you certainly can. It just takes getting a little more into the kit. It takes knowing the character a little more in depth.
This boss looks fucking cool.
A little bit deeper, getting a little bit sweatier. Pause. So it just really depends, right? It's as complicated as you want it to be, and it's as flashy.
Unga bunga. We love a bit of unga bunga here. We love a bit of unga bunga here.
Combat has always been a 10 out of 10 for me, and with this new release of Miyabi, I'm telling you, this character, if you haven't tried her, which you should,
she's fucking sick.
And if you haven't pulled her, you definitely should. This character feels like a whole new, like, patch 1.4 came out.
Bro, so lucky. Came back, first temple, bam, got her. So buzzing. I'm still gonna get a weapon yet, though.
Brand new Zenless Zone Zero, right? And Miyabi herself feels in line with a brand new Zenless Zone Zero. She feels like no other character, in my opinion, because she is one that embodies what Zenless Zone Zero is, in terms of, if you're a beginner-friendly player, or she is a beginner-friendly player, and if you're a beginner player, you can definitely pick this character up and do really well with her. But if you're a veteran player and you're one that's hardcore, you can do some very flashy stuff with this character and get very deep into the mechanics. And Miyabi just feels so fun to play.
She does.
And she's incredibly powerful, and she's definitely a must-pull, in my opinion. I feel as if you need to have this character. It's not necessary, but you definitely would want to get this character, because she feels like new Zenless Zone Zero. Anyways, I'm moving on from the gameplay and the combat, because that.
Do you reckon, like, that's a thing then? Because, like, the game has gone through, like, a renaissance, like, in a sense. They've made a lot of changes, haven't they? Is it just that Miyabi's power creeping, or is it that they're trying to go down a new route with character design and she's like the first of this next generation potentially, and a lot of the characters are going to replicate what they want the game to express more? If that make does that make sense?
That's one aspect for it. Really quickly, just to let you know, for me personally, what engrosses me into a game or has me addicted into a game, it needs to really,
at least in regards to the
have
DPS,
the trifecta effect for me. And what the trifecta effect for me is gameplay and combat needs to be there, character design needs to be there, and then the content needs to be there. So if the gameplay,
to be fair, ZZZ's got all three of those, hasn't he? Combat, character design, content. It's overflowing with all three at the moment.
and the combat is really smooth, very fun, very fast and flashy. The character design is top tier, and if the content is there, end game content for you to take on to test your skills and to test your build.
I think Miyabi being a void under, she's top of the power scale, so I don't think we'll get much characters more powerful than her for a while. That's a fair take.
Then that is what gets me engrossed in the game and gets me addicted, and I feel as if Triple Z has done that better than most gacha games, in my opinion. Anyways, so we talked about the combat and gameplay. Let's go ahead and move on to the character design. And I think the character designs in this game are subtle. I think they're unpretentious. I think they're attractive. I think they are not over the top, but they're very classy.
I like the lightheartedness of this game as well. It's got a nice feel good factor. I feel like, you know, every time I log into ZZZ, it's like that comforting game as well. It's just like, oh, this, you know, it feels nice, if that makes sense. Like that Valorant does that for me until you get into a game and fucking voice chat kicks in. You know what I mean? It's like the lobby, the music, the design, the setting. It's just like, it's like a fluffy feel good, like warm fuzzy feeling kind of game.
There's some fan servicey. Yeah, there is. I mean, that is to be expected in gacha games as of late nowadays. But I don't think it's over the top fan servicey. I know a lot of people call Triple Z a gooner game, which I can see that, you know, with some of the animations and some of the.
And I ain't got an issue with the goonery. I know some people don't like gooner stuff. Now, like for me, ZZZ's got the right level of gooner, where characters are definitely goonerishy, you know? They've got big titties, jiggle physics all over the place, the thighs, the butt, the titties, all of that, right? But it's like, it's not like goonery like Snowbreak, where you've got like characters, not so much now, literally half naked, or like Cat Fantasy, where you got like skins where it's just literally a thong and a bra. That to me is fan service. They're both kind of levels of fan service, but that's a fan service that personally I'm just like, yeah, it's cool, the character's half naked, but it just doesn't look cool, if that makes sense. Where these characters, they're gooner characters, but they also look, they've got cool designs at the same time.
Poses and the end poses and windscreens, right? It's definitely there, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because I think they do it in a pretty classy way, if you ask me. I don't think it's like, you know, too degenerate, at least in my opinion, right? Let's take Miyabi once again as a...
It's degenerate light, right? It's low sugar. It's low sugar degeneracy. And that's good.
Prime example, if we go over to Miyabi and we just go through her character design first and foremost,
I love her design, man. She's got such a good design, right? Like, and I'm not usually really into like these Foxian type characters, you know, characters with like fox ears, cat ears, whatever they might be. But I like the way they do the what are they called? The Thyrans in Zenlys. I think they're done in a, because the style of the game, it works. It all works, and it's cool, man. I like it.
No nonsense, down to business. We're going to clap cheeks and take names type of design. But at the same time, you know, it's there.
Really
right?
don't like
And
their in-game character models. Really, it's fair.
Look,
I've heard quite a few people say they're not interested in the design, character designs for Zenless Sounds.
It's
good example. Totally subjective, I guess, so isn't it? Really.
Look, right?
Dude, she's caked up like a fucking bakery, man.
At the same time, some of the poses, some of the animations, right? Especially some of those trailers, they'll definitely. You
know, like for me, she's a Gooner character, jiggling all over the place, cheeks for days, but like she's not half naked at the same time. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So like, I'm like, damn, bro. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, man. Look at the jiggles all in the right places, but she's clothed. So it's like, respectfully speaking.
The fan service is there, but once again, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Yanagi is...
I'm kind of gutted I missed out on Yanagi, because like, come on, bro. Just come on, bro. You know? Like, oh my god.
Top tier, 10 out of 10 design when it comes to Yanagi. I think she embodies...
Oh my god, dude.
to the fullest. And then we have Bernice.
I love Bernice as well.
But I
Fortunately, I
think
didn't
these
get
characters
Bernice.
look
'Cause
great. I think their designs look great.
I think, is it her and Lucy? I love their characters. You know, and I don't mean just the design. You know, their demeanor, their attitude. I love them when they're interacting with the people. They're just, I find them really funny and likable.
Some obviously better than others, but even male and female, they both look great, and that's one thing that I enjoy about the game. We take a look at Lighter. Man looks fantastic.
Wait till you see
in my
Evelyn.
opinion. Hermasa.
Why?
Love my boy Hermasa.
You're pulling 100%. Okay.
But a very, subtle look. It's not, for me, once again, not over the top, right? And they just have very unique designs as well with some of these characters. But I think they all look great.
They are actually quite unique.
With them. And then
I think they are quite unique in Zenless, aren't they, the characters? They all look very different to one another within the game, but I also feel like now maybe some characters you could be like, well, that's kind of, I guess, like other characters in other game, but they definitely do feel quite unique to Zenless as well. They've got that Zenless style to them, shall we say?
Yeah, future characters to look forward to, like Astra and Evelyn. Evelyn, by the way, Miyabi's the GOAT right now, but when Evelyn drops, Evelyn's the GOAT. She could be absolute dog water when it comes to her kit and her damage, but she is a must pull in my opinion for me. She will be built and she will do work. Anyways, that's a side tangent for another day. I'm talking about them probably in another video. But anyways, character design, I think it's great. Once again,
you know, the only sad thing about ZZZ though, for some reason it just doesn't get that many views, and it's a shame. And I get it, it's free market. And I actually got it before because I was like, I don't actually enjoy watching people play ZZZ, but I do a bit more now, if I'm honest. I do. I find it fun to watch, and the game is super fun. But it is a fact across the metrics across the board. The game doesn't get as many views on YouTube. It doesn't get as many views on Twitch, and this is not just myself. I see it across a lot of content creators. You know, they'll make videos on Wuthering Waves, get decent views. They might make a video talking about Genshin, get decent views. And then they'll make a video on Zenless, and like sometimes it gets like a quarter of the views, if even less. And it's a shame because hopefully that might change, you know, because of the massive strides they've been making. For the people who don't dislike Zenless, the people who've been coming back to it, I've been seeing people having a lot of positive things to say about the new patches. So, you know, if they continue doing what they're doing and keep growing the game and keep taking feedback and keep building, maybe things will change in regards to, you know, the content side of things as well.
Pretentious. I think it's very attractive. I think it's subtle, but I don't think it's over the top. But I think they did a good job with it. Anyways, moving on from there.
Once you play it, I feel like it's better to watch because you can. That's probably a good point, actually, because there is a lot of. Because I said this initially before when ZZZ first came out, and this was like the first day or two. This was before I started to understand the extra layers and nuance. I was like, you know, there's a little bit more style over substance with ZZZ. I don't think that now, but there's a lot of style. So it is one of those games. It's like, you know, there's lots of games like this, like MOBAs. You know, you can think of a bunch of different games where if you don't play the game, sometimes there's a lot of visual noise on screen. And you're like, what the fuck's going on here? So yeah, I think that's a fair point actually. And obviously, if the player base is smaller, the viewership's going to be smaller as well, isn't it?
The last thing to go ahead and really talk about, in my opinion, are the content and then the kits for these characters as well. So the content has been incredibly fun. They've been putting out more endgame content. They've been putting out different types of endgame content, but they also have content for casual players to take on and to try out.
Like, as somebody who like has not, I've only been doing the Shiyu defense. Is it safe to assume now that ZZZ's got some of the best endgame content at the moment? You know? Like, because for me, I feel like PGR has great endgame content. ZZZ, although I've only dabbled, feels like it's got good endgame content. I know Star Rail has, you know, if you've got everything, but like the Star Rail endgame content kind of annoys me. I feel like ZZZ endgame content and PGRs at the moment feel like some of the best in the space, if I'm honest, personally. And if not, which gacha game at the moment's got the best endgame, do you guys think? Be curious to see. Yes, it is Yuria, yeah. Things ZZZ Endgame's pretty good now. Most people say it's okay, but not the best. Hollow Zero, Shio, and now Lost Void and Assault. Lots to do on. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of different ones in there. They're all quite different as well.
So I just hope that they continue to build and improve on what we have, and then continue to provide new ones for us to partake in. I love doing the different modes that they have available. The events have been fun to take in part of. 1.4 as a whole has been great in terms of content, and then the removal of the TVs, my goodness, has that been a godsend and a blessing that they listened to that feedback of removing the TVs. I didn't think they were going to, because it seemed as if they were dead set 10 toes down on that one, but I'm glad they moved one of those pinky toes up and was like, hey, listen, TVs, yeah, they're pretty bad, because they really took you out of the gameplay of this game,
especially in the story.
That is what Zenless Zone Zero is all about, is the gameplay and the combat, and that was a very minor part where the TVs took up the majority, and then it just led to a bad overall experience, in my opinion, personally. So them removing that and giving us more combat and gameplay, and then implementing the trailers, my goodness, the trailers for this game is...
Yeah, I was gonna say they have been cooking on the trailers recently. It has a lot of endgame content. It really element pushing and team pushing, but I don't know if I would consider it great. Well, I think it's hard to say. Like, when I say the best, whether that's great or what, I just mean in comparison to others. Like, you know, which gacha game has got the better endgame content? Like in my head, as I said, I haven't dabbled with all of the endgame content in ZZZ or even PGR, but I feel like they're like two of the games in the gacha space at the minute that feel like they've got a good, decent, well-rounded endgame experience. Because, like, obviously, you know, Genshin and WuWa, in my opinion, are kind of weak on the endgame, personally. Star Rail has it, but, like, it's Star Rail, you know, it's a game of have and have-nots, and that's one thing I really don't like about it. The endgame can be, it's just a pain in the arse sometimes if you haven't got the right stuff, and it's kind of what made me stop playing the game, because it's like the gimmick of the patch, and if you ain't got the characters for the gimmick of the patch, the game just feels really rotten to play for me, personally. There probably is some games out there that are doing stuff just better. Not best, but good.
Well.
That's fair.
I think
That's
some
fair.
of the best in gacha. I'd want more trailers. That would be great. They're just a top tier, chef's kiss. But I think all of that has led to more.
Elusive Realm is good, but I really like the Elusive Realm. I think it's the best part of the so-called endgame for WuWa. But I don't know, man. I just don't find myself like I get on WuWa. I do my dailies. I'll farm, build characters, and then I've got no real desire to do like Terra Fantasy. I just find of adversity. I find it kind of mid. Hollows don't reset. And like you say, the depths of Elusive Realm just feels kind of like a one and done kind of mode, really, personally, for me. So like, I think we were at the minute. I think that's its weakest point, in my opinion. It's really light on the end game and engaging, replayable end game as well.
Pros and cons, where before it's more cons than pros when it comes to Triple Z, and I think that's why more people are really enjoying this game as well. Now able to experience the best parts of this game rather than the worst parts, if that makes sense. And then just last thing to talk about why I really enjoy this game as well is the kits for the characters. They're not overly complicated, but they are very nuanced. And what I mean by that is if we take a look at Miyabi right here.
Yo, what's going on, Kieran? Yo, it was great, man. Did you have a good Christmas, dudes? Never seen a gacha game 10 out of 10. Yeah, I've never classed a game as 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Closest game that's probably got to that's probably like Red Dead Redemption 2, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Dragon Age Origins, Fallout 3, you know, Mass Effect 2. They're all like 9s to me, because to me 10 out of 10 is perfect. I don't think there's ever been a game that's perfect. It's close to perfection, but there's no such thing as perfection. I know someone will get hit with that TOA and TOF. I always do it, man.
You know, if you take a look at her kit, these are short, light novels, right? But this is kind of a Hoyoverse thing, per se. They kind of like overfluff things in general, just with everything. They just put way too much fluff, too much fat, and they need to just trim some of this. But if you take a look at it, like
Monster Hunter is 10. Monster Hunter is good though.
For you to learn about this character,
not a 10 out of 10 though.
It's not so overly complicated to.
Well, everybody's got different. What's it?
Between the lines and get the gist of it. and just be able to kind of run with Miyabi and let her do her thing. And
My
with other
scale's just
characters, right,
even
you
though I
kinda
don't do
pick 'em up and
reviews,
let
it's just
them
that no
go.
game will ever attain
But
it.
if you want to get
Unless he jacks me off while I'm
nitty-gritty, if
playing
you
it,
want
maybe.
to fully understand the character,
You
and
know?
you want to, be able to showcase the difference between somebody that just picked up Miyabi for the first day and never read her kit versus somebody that has been playing her for hours and know her kit very well, you certainly can be able to see those differences, right? So, kit-wise, I think they're very in-depth, and I think they can be explored very deeply, but I don't think they're overly complicated to where you can't just play and have fun, right? If that makes sense, and do well, right? Until you hit probably some of the harder content, and then you need to know about team building and how to play really optimally and skillfully. But anyways, guys, I'm just telling you, I'm having a very, very good time with this game. I'm quite addicted. I'm going to be putting out much more Triple Z content, because then I saw the future characters that are coming out, Astra, Evelyn. My goodness, those characters look good, and I cannot wait to see more characters in the future that they put out. And so I just want to cover this game heavily. I want to be able to provide a lot of content.
Okay.
And hopefully good content, right? Like,
Maybe we'll have to go back and start watching some more of his videos, and if he's going to be covering more ZZZ, because as somebody who likes ZZZ, I want to see more people covering it. I'd like to do more of it myself, but every time I do make a ZZZ video, it flops. Like
this type of content where we just yap and talk about the game, but also, some content in regards to gameplay. I want to show off some cool gameplay, and maybe do possibly some guides on how you can optimize your characters and things of that nature. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below.
It was a good video, man. Guys, go check out Further Beyond Gaming. That was a good video, man. I agree. I think ZZZ is in a really good place right now, and I think it does need a little bit of glazing, in the sense that, because it comes from Huyo, the expectation is that it's just going to be like Genshin. It's never going to change. I know Star Rail's kind of in between, where some stuff changes, some stuff doesn't. But like, they're really receptive, aren't they? They listen, like Kuro. They change things. They've changed a lot of things in the game. They seem to be continually wanting to improve the game quality of life options. The UI still sucks, but hopefully that'll get better in the future. And yeah, I think there's a lot of positives about Zenless Zone Zero, and I think in 6 months' time, whether the game's more successful, obviously I don't know, but I think the game is in a really good place, and it's only going to get better personally. And I think if you have stopped playing the game, or you haven't played the game, I think now is probably the perfect time to get into the game. You've got a shit ton of story content to get through. You've got a lot of events, a lot of content, just a lot of stuff to do. And I think the future's bright for the game. Hopefully, anyway. It definitely deserves some love as well, guys. Somebody else who deserves some love Further Beyond Gaming, go show them some love. Go subscribe. Go give the video a like, all that good stuff. I think the assist system in ZCC is really good. Yeah, I quite like it, actually. I do. I like it. At first, I wasn't such a fan of it, but I've grown to actually really like the systems in Zenless Zone Zero. They're different, aren't they? Like, I know you have really like your parry systems and off-field parry system, which a lot of people don't like, but it's different, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, sometimes I think some people want all the games to be exactly the same. It's like, well, this is not in this game, and it's like, well, sometimes it's nice to have something that just plays and feels a little bit different, isn't it? So yeah, a good video, man. I agree. Zenless is in a really good place at the moment. I'm waiting for 2.0 to see more before I pick it up. Zenless. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I get that. I get that. Is this a different trailer? Oh, this is an outfit trailer, yeah. Okay. Alright, guys. I was planning to play some games, but I'm probably just going to get off tonight. I'm kind of tired, and I want to stream tomorrow, and I want to get on earlier tomorrow. So, plan tomorrow. We're going to yap, of course, but we're going to play some Zenless Zone Zero tomorrow, and we're going to play some re-memento tomorrow as well. And then, what day is it tomorrow? What day is it today? The days are blurred into one over Christmas. I'm legit having to Google what days. Oh, it's Friday today. Okay. Yo. So yeah, tomorrow some ZZZ re-memento, and then Sunday, I think we're gonna bash some. Wuthering Waves. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But guys, appreciate you coming through today, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. If I don't see you all before New Year's Eve, have an amazing New Year's Eve as well, guys. Okay. I'll have a video going up tomorrow as well, so check it out. If you haven't checked out the video they're uploading today, go check it out. Go show it some love. And yeah, appreciate ya. I'll catch you all later. Stay safe and all that good stuff. See you later. Ta-ra.